because of committee. People then find themselves on certain committee. They want to sit down on it and get one or two saying they forget to know that the 6 years will over. The 6 years will pass. You are lawmaker today, tomorrow, you may likely lost or election, the election in 2029. So that's the time that you want to respect the law of the country. When you have lost the election, and then that's the time that you want to respect the Supreme Court. When you finish lost, you know you lost your election. That's the time that you want, because that's the time you want to respect the law of the country. That is wrong, not because you are into power today. The law is the law. We have to go by it. If there's no law there, let's go to the South Beach. We'll open that place and you put all the images aside, the person that you just have a country where there's no law and order. Don't start keeping the people there. But we put it there for a reason. Violation, abuse, and other stuff will make them understand. So why can't we do it? People should understand and forget about the money, the greediness. No, some of the guys at that capital building, the parents' brother are very good. Some of them go to Sunday, go to church Sunday morning, go to the children ministry, pass through all these things there. Some of the guys in the capital building that came up very, very good. Very, very good. The parents hold their hands, carrying them for carrying them to the children ministry every Sunday, sending them to Google schools. But because I don't know why they come from enjoying the corrupt system, so they are forgetting about their background, how they came out. They have put everything behind them. That Sunday morning, the parents carrying them to Sunday classes, all that thing, the training, the doctrine, everything they were taught, they are putting it away, and they just they're not doing their own setting now, pushing this country into different things. And we have the children, their children looking up to them. We have their children looking up to them. People that Councillor Shemo. People that Councillor Shemo. We have the children looking up to you. You keep blue, you want to be president in the country here. We know what happened before that. But I don't know why must people still be hiring the councillor. The baby is old. That baby went through surgery before we breathe. That one baby went through a whole medical stuff that he needs to relax, but he's not even thinking about resting. They're still hiring him to go for cases to put the country beyond. To put this country all the way beyond. He's still going for cases. These are the people who need that to just, they need to move for in Liberia, where they need to really get out of, I don't know, how can we get the guys out of Liberia with my people? People that share money stay in Liberia politics, they still causing problem. A man who went through a huge medical treatment, medical surgery in on his brain, he need to just relax himself, now retire from everything, just sit at home. And people be working for him. He stay in front of the property there and stay saying on and cases, and I mean cases to carry the country in front of, but thing to carry us beyond. He still go there to defend it. He still want to defend it. That's the type of Babina we still get. We still get about old man in front of Liberia. We still have it in front of this country here. This people need to give way. They need to move from in front of us. They need to give way. The council, you all now go and relax yourself, baby. You need to be sitting home now. You know, your children start working for you. Leave the Liberia politics, forget about it. Do you know why the Supreme Court, this one time, the very first hearing, they did it public, they had camera, people were there, they're taking it live on radio, on television, other stuff, because they want to put themselves in a position where we did this, what happened, my people, we didn't see it. It was very open to everybody, they saw it. So if we are supposed to, today, tomorrow, people want to hold this branch responsible. This is it. You say you go through, you watch it, you hear it. You're hearing the both party side. Who's wrong? This is why they did it. Open. I don't know, some of the people are even smart. You think you mean representing for forever to that place that the capital building? No, you will not. But as ECOWAS said, whatsoever that comes for there, let's respect it for the Supreme Court. And if you don't respect it, the Liberian people now will allow people will respect it by force. The Liberian people will restore law and order in the country. If anybody don't go by what come up for that Supreme Court, the Liberian people will self now will respond. They will respond. We tell you that the Liberian people will get on the feet and say no, but this year now since Supreme Court say, oh, the highest court in the land say this is what we're supposed to do now. And opposite saying because of certain power grieve, to tap into his place. And why should be on your mind as a Gambian ministry? But that's our country. So you know the hate number we could not hit each other, especially with our leaders. We don't respect each other. So for that reason, it will come down to the common people. They will be forcing each other and how the country will just be. It will just be like this. Because the minister feel that he in office today, so he have to insult. So tomorrow when the next minister come through, you feel so in office too, you have to insult. So how the work country going now? That's how Liberia being run. And certain people, I don't know, the president just run because certain people when you do or say certain thing, you just be dismissed. Just say that like I say. Yeah. But anyway, my big brother is on. Uh the chief is on, Game is on. Today we have the uh
You are muted again.
welcome.
Welcome, sir. Welcome. For some reason, you keep muting in and out.
Yes, the guys in we're getting some feedback in. So
Okay.
my production team working on it.
Excellent.
You getting me?
Yes, I'm getting you now.
Okay, that's good. So welcome, Chief. As I said, we have the illegal dismissed EPS officers. They'll be coming on shortly on the show. But welcome to the Thursday edition of the closing argument.
Excellent. Excellent. I listened to your monologue, and you couldn't have done a better job. Well said and well presented. So we are in perilous times. The country Ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear me, we are having little technical difficulties on the ground. Bear with us a little bit. Technicians in Monrovia are working, and we should be in full swing momentarily. We are having little technical difficulties on the ground in Monrovia.
Okay.
So we are hoping momentarily they will have it under control. He's muting in and out.
Got you. All right.
How you doing, Chief?
Yeah, what's up, boss?
Well, waiting on the host.
Okay.
Honorable Chief.
The chief.
Chief George. Tomalin George, come on.
The chief himself.
The chief himself is getting ready to come on.
Okay, so with the beginning, we can play around a little bit.
Yeah, we can. The mouse. we can play it around, run around until the cat come. Then everybody go back.
Chief can never behave ourselves.
How is the city of Brotherly Love or Trenton? Are you in that market? So
Well,
I have to get the Garden State.
the Garden State. That's right. I'm in Atlantic City, but you know, Philly is my go-to city. But yeah, I go to Trenton too, but I go to Philly more often. I think Philly is okay. I haven't gone there in maybe about a week or two now. But the last time I was there was when the VP was here.
I knew you were a Republican undercover. You in Atlantic City, that Trump country.
No, you'll be shocked though. This is a predominantly Democrat. The mayor, I mean, it is an anomaly when a Republican mayor emerges here. Because since I've been here, I think we've had only one Republican mayor, Mayor Garland, and not only that, he was openly gay. So that was it. But ever since then, and also Chris Christie, since I've been here, well, besides Christian Todd Whitman, so it's usually it's a blue state. Yeah.
Obviously, I grew up in Newark, New Jersey, so I'm quite familiar.
Right.
At some point, we will try to flip a blue we'll flip it to purple.
Good luck with that.
In another 10 years or so.
Good luck with that.
We're not trying to turn it red. We say purple.
But you know what's happening though? The thing that happened recently was one of our representatives, he was a Democrat, and why he got elected? Why he was in office, then he flipped. Jeff Van Drew.
Yes.
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 So that's one of the pathways I think for you guys, but it's still tight for you guys at the polls.
Well, that's true. The African community, the Caribbean community, generally culturally we are very conservative.
Yeah.
So some may vote not on party line but on issues.
Right.
So if for instance you have Chris Christie there, who was a centrist, okay,
yeah,
and he came in, did some good stuff.
Yeah.
And then prior to that, I think we have McGrady.
No, I think McGreevy. When he came out, he left John Corzine. I think.
Okay, right.
Yeah, Corzine. After Corzine, I think then Christie came in.
Okay, right.
So now we have Phil Murphy, who is a Democrat, but I'm not sure if Chris Christie, you can call him a centrist, though. I mean, the man is a Republican to the core. The first thing he did here, he came here, the education budget, he took $500 million out of it. And then he went and played around with our benefits, our retirement and all of that. Also, a good number of them, they use our retirement account to balance their budget. Only John Corzine actually put some money back, but they all owe us. Yeah, the teachers union. Our savings. Our portfolio is pretty big.
Of course.
Yes. So they went there a number of times to help balance the budget with the understanding that they will put it back. Only Corzine, as far as we remember, who ended up putting some money back. Nobody has.
Well, it's the waste that most people are talking about. Like today, the revelation in HHS when they're talking about 20,000 employees, many of whom, about 40%, were found not to go to work regularly. They called off most of the time and use whatever perks they have and basically being paid. So these young folks are developing these software to actually audit time spent on the job, time call off, and all of this. And when you look at the numbers, it's staggering.
I think this may have been part of the COVID left over. I know in the Philadelphia metropolitan area, there was a big fight. The mayor, a Democratic mayor too, but she had to put her foot down. Since COVID, I think over 80% of the city hall staffers were working from home.
Mhm.
And so I think that's part of what you're describing. And so people just got used to working from home. Even though, we think the COVID has subsided, but people just couldn't bring themselves to go to the office.
But
Yeah.
the interpersonal interaction,
Yes.
uh, uh, it means a lot because we can actually count. Because what use if you're going to insist on working from home?
Right.
Why do we have a city hall as big as the one you have downtown Philadelphia when we are paying the mortgages or paying to maintain it and nobody goes there?
Right.
So, are you saying we should get rid of the bureaucracy? We should get rid of the city hall? We should get rid of the police station because the guys can work from home? So it makes no sense. How do we? If I wanted to come and check on you to see whether you were on the job, other than the camera that you would come and when you choose, you can flip the camera off and keep talking, whether
Right.
you're in the restroom or you're in the kitchen or you're outside cutting your grass.
Yeah.
You put your mic on, you can go anywhere, as opposed to being there and working. What happens if I call a staff meeting? And we are talking about cohesion and,
Yeah.
and teamwork and all of that. Folks are saying, you know what? I don't want to get up and dress up in the morning and have
No.
to worry about dress code and ethics and all of that.
You don't have to,
I want to work in bed.
yeah. You don't have to worry about what color of socks to wear.
That's correct.
And
So
yeah.
yes, to compare folks to go back to work is not only. I don't think it's dictatorial.
Yeah.
I think it's the right thing to do.
I actually agree because I know during the COVID when I was working virtually, I mean you can actually take a nap and set your alarm. You can take a quick nap and set your alarm to wake you up. Something you can't do easily in the office.
Nope, can't do at all.
No, you can't do it at all.
No, you
You
can't.
know. Yeah, yeah.
You know, uh, I remember during the COVID, most of my staff, on few times, they were told to stay home.
Yeah.
And when they called in, you will see some of them are in their morning robe
Yeah.
and walking around. I think there was a funny video that made that went viral.
Yeah.
A guy had called in and either his wife or somebody naked walked behind him,
Yeah.
and people saw that and it went viral because I mean these are unintended things that happen, but yes, that's why most people will say, "Listen, man, just come to work.
Yeah.
Just come into the office and do your work."
Just coming
What?
in the office and all of that is dispensed with. You don't have to worry about all of that.
So what happens when you have an accident, you have an emergency, your camera breaks, your
Yeah.
computer died, you got a virus, we lost contact with you.
Absolutely.
So it was good while it lasted 2 years.
Yeah, I think it was.
Let's get back to
Yeah.
our normal rhythm.
It was good and convenient, but yeah, it was driving people into all kinds of habits.
Well, before you came, the folks in the studio announced that former EPS other law enforcement officers were protesting in front of the president's house, and they were coming into the studio. I
Okay.
think they are here, but the studio itself is still having technical difficulties.
Okay.
I can see them in the studio.
Okay. All right.
One thing, like we always say it on other platforms, Liberia is a place where lately we have no shortage of news.
No,
In fact, you have problem sifting which one.
which one to read?
They are competing interests. Uh,
Yeah.
the one that I make at yesterday and today, I won't even talk about it because I think it was strictly made to distract. Uh,
But it is concerning, though. I mean, I was just mentioning that to my wife. Somebody need to pull this gentleman aside because you know, he has to understand, that the person, even if the respect doesn't necessarily go to the person as an individual, but it is the presidency. I mean, he's a deputy minister, for Christ's sake. He is not even even if we were on the same level, but you can't do that. You know,
but Victor, you've been in politics all your life as I have. If even in the corporate world, right? Someone who works for you misbehaves, what do?
exactly.
You tell them, listen, this is not our corporate culture. We will not allow this. But if you are silent, it means consent. This man is a bulldog. They send him to go out there. When there's negativity out there, you go and stir up stuff and change the headlines. That's what it is. There's nothing to it other than that. I mean,
It's
here we are on the front pages of every paper, every radio. We are talking about what happened at the Supreme Court yesterday,
right.
and the heat is on, and then you come out and throw something like this out there so you can distract folks. So I decided I won't even talk about it because then we will have served his purpose. That's why he wants. Today there was a major resignation at the NPA by Michael Tippison. I don't know if you read that resignation.
I did.
Okay,
I read
so
that.
I mean,
I don't think I think I met him once, but he's come from the United People's Party.
mhm.
Yes. Mike was the youth, I think the youth leader or something like that. Vice chair, I think, for youth affairs. I'm talking about as late as maybe 6 or 7 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah. So I didn't even he's been in Minnesota for a while. I didn't know he had relocated to Liberia.
Yeah. So with all the news out of there, they don't want you to talk about these things, so they come up with these peripheral pseudo headlines,
Right.
and those who are not sophisticated enough to know what's going on will follow that and discuss that. Okay, who deputy would continuously make those kind of grave errors, and their boss don't chastise them, don't suspend them, or make public comment to distance themselves, the agency, the government from that. So to me, it is orchestrated. I think on here, I see Mr. Mozak Dennis say, hello there, Mr. Namwe.
I'm responding to my boy.
So here we are. We have folks who are sanctioning these things. And when I was on here a week or two ago, I mentioned when we talk about organized chaos, they didn't understand what I meant. But this is how you behave when things are not going your way.
Yeah.
You create chaos. You organize it in a way that you people are confused and they are distracted from the main subject matter.
I know my boy Mozart and my boy Gregory Stan. Those guys, they put in their due. Mozart, what's up, my brother? It is good to know you're watching. It's good to know, and you're paying attention. How are you?
Yeah, I mean, we got some major stuff
Yeah.
like the Human Rights Commission's report that came out. These are major headlines that they don't want you to discuss, and they're talking about, you know, some of these things that don't even make sense. But that's what it is. Hopefully, we can have our technicians in the studio bring the situation under control. So hopefully, Chief George can come on.
Yeah. Hopefully.
We are still having technical issues.
Check your WhatsApp, Jerome.
Okay. I don't know if we are live.
Yeah.
Back to my WhatsApp.
I think we are. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so we are sent for our intel game. That's it.
Let me see.
That's right. All right, so from what I see, that clear, that they come from that all right, so uh,
Serena? Serena? Hello? Serena?
Oh, Jesus.
Depois pompa. Não sai talking.
So I think the Lone Star finally came out victorious against Sao Tome.
Listen, the guys are saying Torgbean was a high school team that we played.
I heard that.
But guess what? A victory is a victory. Okay, we'll take it.
A victory is a victory.
What happened if we had lost to this team?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that even be worse?
Hey, you first have to go through the round robin.
Yep.
STUDIO. 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 Yes, the person tells us to do this.
Yeah, I forgot to plug in my device. I just
Okay.
lost power. But anyway, no,
Yeah.
I was saying, to reach the qualifiers, there is a round robin that so for a team to get through to that stage, I mean, it's not a high school team, but anyway, what's up, my brother Mozart? I'm glad, man. I'm glad we're reconnecting. It's nice to talk to you. So I think we can
I mean, the folks are following. I see Ruben Kenneth from
yeah,
Greenville. So we are live, but our connection from the city, from Monrovia itself, is having problem there. And
okay,
the guests, as you can see, they are in the studio.
right.
All right, folks. So I think it should be better now. So as I said, we have our guests in studio already, and we have to join our panelists, Gimen and J. Victor Nangwe. So the guys are on the screen already to join our guests. The dismissed illegal dismissed EPS officers. They are our guests tonight on the closing argument. So give me, as I said, Tomalin said we can get the ball rolling, so you can start it from your end with the guests in studio already.
Great. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the closing argument. I will be here temporarily until Honorable George can come. Mr. Victor Nambe, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jerome. It's good to be here.
Good.
Good.
In the studio in Monrovia, Truth FM 96.1, we have our guest today on the show. Gentlemen, will you please introduce yourselves, your names, and your title, or former title?
Well, thank you. Before you here is Sylvester Pewee, acting chair, spokesperson for now.
Spokesperson for what?
For the illegal dismiss EPS.
Okay, great. And the second guest there?
Yeah, sitting before you here in studio, Rupert Spade, part of the illegal dismissed EPS officer.
Great. It's great having you on the show. Obviously, you have a grievance. Could you please give us a background, a scope of what's going on, and why are you here? What is it you want to tell the public?
Thank you very much. Our purpose of being in the studio tonight, we have come to let the public know, our peace-loving citizen, that since April of last year, we were illegally terminated from the EPS. Since that time up to present, we have not gotten our just benefit. And so that is the reason why we are here tonight, to send this signal out again to our peace-loving citizen, our traditional partners, our counterpart across the nation, in the diaspora, to let them know that we have not been settled. We are here. If we cannot secure employment, of course, let President Bouaka speak to the relevant authority to settle us, pay our just benefit. Because Liberia is all we had. We are all citizens of this nation. So I see no reason why we should be demeaning, we should be denigrated for our nation or in our nation. So that is the reason why we are here tonight.
Mr. Weir, and thank you, my brothers, for coming to the studios. Tell me, how many exactly are you guys?
Our number is 215
200.
and
That is me.
215 EPS, illegal dismissed EPS.
Okay. And you said your benefits should have been settled since April of last year.
Of course.
Okay. I'm sorry, Jerome, you're muted.
Can you name some of the benefits that you've been denied from April of last year?
All right. It's such that when whenever you terminate as our service, that which is illegally, so then of course you have the right to pay our benefit.
And what are those benefits?
What the benefit is the time we serve and the money due us.
Okay. And what is how long have you been in the EPS?
Well, we were brought on board. We were vetted and recruited 2018 of the former president administration. So that is 6 years.
What's about you mean everybody that was dismissed were those from 2018 to now, all 215 of you?
Oh, yes, of course. Yes.
So there was nobody there that was employed 2016, 2017, 2015. You are saying they are laid off only those that were employed from 2018 to 2024.
Of course. Because that is the reason why our listing was sent for, because Director Senge is sent for our listing after we reflect this and we start to write our traditional partners according to him, to sort out names of those who do not deserve the benefit. According to him, there are other people who were brought on board by the former president and for whom he had dismissed. So when he sent for the listing, it was meant to sort out names of those who were not terminated illegally by this current administration.
So, Victor, go ahead.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you again, Mr. Weir. What exactly did it tell you guys? Why were you put there?
Pardon me?
Why did it put you guys down? What did you
Okay.
do something, or what was the reason given?
Oh, thank you. When President Bwaka took over, first of all, we were still there working to the expectation of the relevant authority of the EPS, but meaning that in 3 months of the administration, but after that period in April, he decided to start terminating our service. And then according to the information that we received, the heads of the letter was, we did not meet the minimum requirement of GAC. And when we confronted GAC denied the allegation that we didn't say you guys should dismiss those guys. For those you feel who file was updated, they can upgrade their file, but not to delete or terminate their service.
So when you say files were updated, what does that mean exactly? Do you mean additional training? What does that mean? Or
so that will require additional training.
Okay.
First of all, understand that the EPS is such not as compared to other security entity that which when it comes to recruitment will be advertise will be on the media. So
I'm sorry,
it has
Mr.
to do
Weir,
with confidentialities.
do you guys have some of the device on? There's echo in the background. Or studio, is there something else on there? All right, Mr. Weir, let's try that again.
Mr.
You want
Weir,
me to repeat, sir?
You don't have to, but we're talking about what it means when they say your file has been updated. You're talking about the EPS being different than other traditional, security agencies. I think we got that part.
Okay.
now, Mr. Weir,
Yes, sir.
how many were you all? Because if everybody files were turned in and 215 were dismissed, were there any other EPS that went in with you that were not dismissed?
Okay. Thank you. When we started to receive our dismissal letters, and then when it started to, should I say, causing problem, people were grumbling because I think it was intended to dismiss every one of us. So when the tension was building up, so that's how some of our colleagues who today remains and decided to just stop it and to avoid problem. So with regards to your questions, so there are other guys who and us came in the system up to now, they are still in the system. But then at the time, the letters of termination, it was inclusive. Every one of us.
Oh, already.
So you're saying you were more than 250 initially, or only the 215 of you left, and some of the
Yeah,
guys
okay. 215 of us
Mhm.
were served our illegal termination.
Okay.
Now, on your particular termination letter, what did it say? Did it say you were accused of being unprofessional? Were you accused of violating corporate laws or policy? What was the reason for your termination?
Okay. On the headline states that we did not meet the minimum requirement entrance of the Executive Protection Service. But it did not state, it did not spell out. So whether we breached any SOP, we did not commit crime. As I told you, 3 months of President Bouaka administration we performed to expectation. Today, even the defense minister, the former defense minister, who was confirmed by them, who is currently is the first boss, he will attest to our performance at the time. There are nobody, including the justice minister, who ever came to the executive mansion and just access or had access to the executive mansion without proper infiltrate or search. You could ask, or you may ask the former DA boss, any of them who came there, their men that came along with them, they were stopped because they had weapons. We searched them. Even the justice minister, Oswald Tua, will tell you today. So what actually is the crime that we committed or we ever committed to deserve this? And just imagine, for me, this met me in a devastating stage. It coincided with my mother's death. My mother body was at the mortuary when I received my termination letter. What did I do? I was stand up operational proceedings. The SOP, none of it we are breached. One morning we wake up, we started to receive our termination letter. It was just like a tsunami. So what did we do, President Bouaka, as a head of the nation, that today some of our friends have died because of this pressure? Because we have one of our comrades who were always asking, why is the way forward, Sylvester? What are they saying about us? After some days, We wake up, we heard that the man is dead. And according to medical report, it was as a result of pressure. And you know pressure, sometimes a compound complex probably constitutes pressure.
Great. Victor.
Mr. Weir, I'm sorry about your mom, and I have my sincere sympathy. Let me ask you this: from the way you're putting it, it sounds to me like there was no pre-conferencing. They didn't call you in to offer you any options to upgrade your training or anything like that. And apparently, you just got a letter out of the clear blue. Am I correct?
Yes, of course, there's administration. But unlike previous administration, we all who receive those termination letter or dismiss letter, we were trained, vetted, and trained and incorporated because the former president did not encourage any of us who were not trained at the time to work alone with him or to work with him. Because when he was elected as president-elect, at the time, all the guys, coming for a campaign, because every government will recruit. Recent times said that our recruitment carry on. So the president preferred at the time working with those who were trained by state resources. And he told us, look, gentlemen, you guys got to be trained. People who were incorporated, were listed, I prefer working with those people until you can be trained. And predicated upon that, training started immediately. Like how we started training. I trained, Ghanaian training at the AFL today. If you check on my dossier, one of my certificate, the former chief of staff, you will see your signature. So what actually is a crime that we committed for which we would deserve this? So we have come tonight to speak because mind you, we are rating all of our people, our traditional partners, our counterpart. We wrote the U.S. Embassy, the European Union, the Liberia Council of Churches, the Human Rights Commission. Even just recent time, we rewrote the Minister of Justice as well, the President Pro Tem of the Liberian Senate.
So, Mr. Weir, let's just assume, for the sake of our discussion here, that they haven't received your communication. What is it that you want to tell them? And when you do, I want your colleague there. I think he might have something to say too. I want him to also chime in. What is it that you're trying to communicate to them? If they, because I think they might be listening. What is it that you're trying to tell them?
Right? Okay. I believe that they receive the communication for any reason, because I checked during War 23rd, the chair on the Senate Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veteran Affairs, Honorable Mowoti Saros, brought this at the plenary and spoke to the executive directly that he has played his part. So let the executive do everything possible to pay us. Because if you don't want anybody, if you don't want us to work with you, settle us. So if for any reason the executive or the president hasn't getting this information, and we have come tonight to flag this again for the last time to our partners out there in radio land to speak to his conscience. Let him speak to the relevant authority and to settle us. Give our benefit. Let us go along. Let us move on.
Okay, let's look at the letter. I don't have a copy of the letter that we're giving you, but you mentioned they said you didn't meet the minimum requirement. Did they list the minimum requirement to say these are the minimum requirement you didn't meet? Did they list those requirements?
Not at all. And unfortunately, every one of us had the same letterheads. You did not meet minimum requirement. You did not meet every one of us. It did not specify the crime we committed or the minimum requirement which they talk about, for which were we were served this letter. Not at all.
Mr. Namwe.
I want us to give Mr. Weir's colleague there a chance. I believe he has something to say too. So we should hear him out. Thank you, Mr. Weir.
Thank you. Briefly, sir, your partner, let's hear from him. And then we'll go into today. We heard that you guys were demonstrating in front of the president's house. Is it true?
No, not all. I can assure you, we will never demonstrate giving our training and our professional background. We will never demonstrate in this country like other folks. We have not been demonstrating either, so we will not demonstrate. I think this is what we can do. Our demonstration, actually, it will be a different thing, but so we cannot demonstrate. So those folks that demonstrated over there today, we were not the one.
Great. At least we get that clear because, perception, people may say those were former EPS or former police officers. So I'm glad that you clear that. Can your partner say something about his condition? I want to extend my sincere sympathy to you for the loss of your mother in the midst of such. Sir, you want to say something about your situation?
No, for now, I have nothing to say. My partner has said it all.
Okay, great. Yeah. Now, Mr. Namwe.
Yes, sir. For the benefit of, because when we started, we were less than 300, but now we've gone up a little bit. I know Mr. Weir, Christopher Weir, right?
Sylvester Weir.
Sylvester Weir.
Do you want to reintroduce yourself?
Well, yeah, as I said earlier, my name is Sylvester Weir.
Okay, go ahead, Sylvester.
I think spokesperson for now.
After you, I wanted him to also reintroduce himself. Thank you, Sylvester.
Yeah, Sylvester, can your partner reintroduce himself?
Yeah. Except you want me to go to my my traditional background.
No, let's hear from him first, and then we'll go from there.
Come again.
Please reintroduce yourself when you started working and your background.
Sitting before you in studio, as previously said, I'm Rufus Pewee.
Okay.
Rufus Pewee?
Yeah, Rufus S. Pewee.
How you spell your last name?
Come again. P-A-Y-E-P.
Okay.
P-A-Y-E-P.
Okay.
Rufus, I believe you're deferring to your chief, security training and all of that. We get it, but I was wondering, if you had anything to say at all in addition to what Mr. Weir is saying that will drive home your message that you're trying to send to,
What was spokesman is saying is just it.
Okay.
It's just it. Nothing else I have to say.
Okay.
So, Mr. Weir, let's go back to your training. When you were trained and you were certified and you qualified yourself, did they give you equipment?
Yes. I usually after the training and when we were listed, we were given logistics to protect the VIP, of course.
And what are some of those logistics that were given you?
Weapons. I got my primary and secondary at the time, and I was in a unit called the counter assault.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So upon your illegal dismissal, did you turn in all of your equipments and everything that was given to you? Were they requested that you turn them in?
Oh, yes, of course. The logistics. In fact, when President Walker was president-elect at the time, but then it was like the trust was lost. But then I told you initially that I was in a counter assault, and they decided to immediately send me to the executive mansion, that which I don't belong. And so most of us who were brought on board better, recruited and enlisted, and we were no longer carrying weapons. But usually understand that being with the VIP for 6 years, probably other folks may have their own personal weapons. Yeah, but we did not. We don't have the government weapon. That which I want to clear tonight. Yeah, giving those myths out there.
Right.
So
So,
yeah.
Mr. Weir, can you describe to us, what life has been like um, since what April of last year? I presume you don't have a job yet. Tell us how life has been. How are you getting on?
I am devastated. My life has been devastated, and likewise my comrades. And I just told you, it coincided with the death of my mother. So you just imagine, it hasn't been easy with us, and not only me, but I just told you that some of our comrades has died from just because of this process. I mean, it led some of our friends beyond this earth today because they couldn't stand it. Yeah, so it's devastating. Trust me, it's not easy. Yeah, our children are not in school. You understand? We live in our own country like an alien, and that which is unfortunate. We don't deserve this. We have the right to work, and we were serving the presidency, so we don't deserve the kind of immune treatment. We are all citizens. If you don't need us, settle us. Let us be private citizens. If we cannot secure employment, of course, then settle us. Why will you see us like alien or different people from different land?
Great. A public service announcement. I want Mr. Weir and everybody else to understand that Honorable Sam Gay is watching. He's following. So I'm glad that you are here at the right time to appeal directly to him. We got about 10 or 15 more minutes for you to make your case to Sam Gay. Now, one of the questions I want to ask you is, when was the last time that you actually got a paycheck?
Pardon me?
When was the last time you got a paycheck?
Well, that was March, April, because it was April. It was in the month of April. He started the exercise of serving us with letters of dismissal. Yeah.
So April 2024.
Of course, yeah.
Okay. So within a few days, you will have been 1 year, because April 2025 is a few days from now. So you will have gone 1 year without a paycheck.
Sure. Okay, just imagine.
1 year. Could you tell me, are you married? How many children do you have? Because you are talking about devastated your family. Could you tell me the size of your family? Do you have a family? Do you have a wife? I mean, it means nothing. When you work, you have to get paid, whether you're married or not. But put a family face to this.
I have 3 children.
Okay.
Boys, also boys. Yeah, I have 3 children. I have I have one woman, though. I'm not legally married. And our setting in Africa, extended family, a place back. And once you're working, everybody hanking on you. So you just imagine. Yeah, it's not just easy. Yeah, it's not easy. Trust me. Yeah.
Victor, you want to?
Yeah, and again, I empathize with you guys, and we're just trying to understand here, what is happening, how this came about, and hopefully, maybe there's some miscommunication, hopefully, things can be cleared out. Have you gotten any redress, any communication at all, ever since you were put down in April of 2024? Has anybody, besides the letter that you got, did anybody else tell you anything at all? If they did, what are they saying to you?
Okay. Well, when it happens, I told you that we wrote
Correct.
other partners, and we decided to go to the house because this is the first branch of government. We approached the speaker at the time, lodged our complaint. The chair, Honorable Momoti Saros, who chaired the Senate Committee on Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veterans Affairs,
Okay.
he assured us, gentlemen, if I cannot do anything, but this should be the legacy I will set.
When was this when you met Honorable Momo Sarah? How long has it been?
Months ago. And then I just told you recent time, January 23rd, he also brought this again in plenary. And he himself is fellow because he had played his part. And then another time, the Justice Minister assured us. We went there, we sat with the Justice Minister.
Okay.
We explained this situation, and he said, look, gentlemen, Liberia is all we have. I will make sure and see to it, you guys be settled. But it just reaching to me. So now I say Justice Minister, but Honorable Justice Minister, why will you say this just reached on your table when this is actually put on national security? And the chairman on security, Honorable Momoti Saros, which chaired security, he's in the know. So are you saying that he's enough for the issue? But he listened to it in the media too. So it's about even at that, gentlemen, I can assure you people. So at one point in time, he requested for our listing. You understand? That we should take it to the EPS office. According to them, they wanted to sort out names of those who do not deserve this said benefit.
Okay.
And since that time, we haven't heard anything.
So
up to this.
So in other words, you have reached out. You reached out to the Honorable Momo Saros, who is the high-ranking member on defense. You reached out to the Justice Minister. But
in fact, let me not just obstruct you, but in fact, even the chair on security as well at the lower house.
okay.
At the time, he was Honorable Musa Asalete. When we complained to him immediately, wrote a communication that which I brought with him, meditating the director, Honorable Senke, to pay our benefit immediately to avoid embarrassment.
When was this communication written? How long has it been?
Over 6 months.
Okay.
Discussing 1 year, right?
Right. Let's look at, I know you are doing everything and you're going through the channel, which is good. Have you appealed for an audience with Honorable Sam Gay? I don't know him personally, but I read a lot of good things about him. He's a reasonable human being, has a family as well. Have you tried, by all means, to have an audience with him?
Not yet. We haven't done that, but we went through those legal process when we anticipate that our request has reached him. Yes, but we believe that I was saying he's a father. I don't think in a right mind would dismiss multiple people like us, number of us, and would not want to show concern up to present. So I'm kind of doubting what actually happening, but I believe he's listening. There's a need that he do something because Liberia is all we have, and Liberia belongs to every one of us.
Great. Yeah. Have you, 2 quick questions, right? Have you reached out to the former president to intervene? And what,
yes.
What do you look at now to be your final option? What would be your final option? Are you willing to go through the court system if all else fails? Have you reached out to the former president? What was his response?
A recent time, I wrote the former president on this issue because we believe that the former president was highly instrumental as well And so we wrote him and we expected him to use his influence. But since then, I have not interfaced with him, although we went there the other day. I went there the other day along with my comrades, but we were not able to see him. But we wrote him though. Yeah.
So are you
And he acknowledged the letter. Yeah, but we have
ready?
not
So
interfaced with him actually.
okay, so your last option in any society, the court system, would that be an option for you if you cross all your T's and dotted all your I's? And if you met with Honorable Sam Gay and nothing happened, are you using the court as your final option?
Yeah, but the court was the initial step that was taken, and he was invited. And probably he was advised, but he didn't appear. But they invited him. So we started with the court proceeding before even writing the both horses and our international partners. But the court was the initial step that we took. So this has been a long process. We are asking that Honorable Senke, the director, should do the needful. It's not fair.
Do you have legal representation? Who is your lawyer?
Pardon me?
Do you have legal representation? Who is your lawyer?
Well, I will. Well, for now, I cannot disclose it. The other thing really this is important for now because I think you guys should help now in the process because yeah.
Okay. Honorable George, it's all yours.
Good to see you guys again. Mr. Nangwe, good to see you. Mr. Gimmet. And
Hey, Tomalin, how are you?
our listening audience, I want to say thank you for watching. It's good to see you guys and the guests in the studio tonight. I've been following the show, and well, I immediately contacted the EPL boss, Mr. Gay. And as I said, Mr. Gimmet announced he's watching the show. So I'm going to follow through with him. Usually, whenever I will send him message, he always responds to it. I'm sure he'll respond to it, and I will find out for him what's going on with you guys' benefits. So I can assure you that definitely I will get a follow up for you guys.
Unknown caller.
I'll get a follow up for you guys. So, but I think other questions. Okay, I just got okay. As I'm speaking to you, Mr. Gay just sent me a message. Okay.
While he's reading the message, I want to commend you for being peaceful, following the rule of law, taking your time, going through the processes. And this is what the civilized society does. If you have issues, you follow the chain of command, let your right be observed. And as Mr. Tomalin reads the message, Honorable Gay and everybody else within the system, they are all law-abiding citizens, and I think he admires what you guys are doing, going through the procedure, going through the process. You're right. You should not allow anybody to trample upon your rights. If you have earned your living in this country, if you work for anybody, you have to be paid for your labor and your sweat. Mm-hmm. And if they no longer want you in their employ, they can terminate you, and then whatever they owe you, your benefits, those benefits have to be paid. So I want to commend you. I want to thank you guys for following the rule of law, because when politics get involved, people want to smear you that you are violent, you don't follow the rule of law and all of that. But from what you are telling us here, you are doing everything. It's been a year since you got a last paycheck, but you've been very patient and you're going through the process. I want to commend you for it, Mr. Nyenwolo, Mr. Joe Reed, the communication.
Yeah,
You have to say.
yes.
Gain from
No,
a correction.
absolutely, Jerome. I want to
Gain
I
from
want
a
to also
correction.
commend
So Pastor
Mr.
Weir, that Mr. Nambe. Gain from a correction.
Mr. Weir and Mr. Pei. Thank you all very much.
Okay.
And also, we want to convey to your colleagues,
Thank you too. Thank you.
that we empathize with you. We understand what you're, what you described to us. It has to be very difficult with family and all of that. And it's been almost 1 year now. So, I'm glad that the honorable director is watching. Is hearing you. I hope this will add to the urgency that this matter deserves. I think Tomalin is in communication with him now, so hopefully, your matter will come to a resolution soon enough. But best of luck.
Honorable Josh.
Yes. Okay. According to the director, he said you guys have been to the Senate, the U.S., the House, the U.S. Embassy, and okay. Okay. He's saying that he's not the government of Liberia and he does not owe any benefits. So, you guys know where to go. So, like Mr. Gaiman asked earlier, I think you guys have an issue of this. I think you guys should go to the courts. I think that's the last recourse. You go to the courts and let's see what happens from there. I think you guys just need to get a lawyer, and you guys can go to the court, and the court should settle this matter. Okay, I mean, we have listened to your grievances. We heard what you guys have said, and like I said, the director is watching, and based on everything, I encourage you guys to seek the legal recourse, and I'm sure that where you should be able to find justice if there's injustice, So, I mean, like you said, the Senate, the House, they all have been informed. So I just encourage you guys to do exactly that, so that you guys can seek that recourse. Because like we have given you guys opportunity to put your case known to the world, listening you on the radio, and to help elevate it and make sure that the director was surprised about it. And like I said, as we on the show, he's watching, and we can just communicate to me that he does not owe. The EPS does not owe you guys any money. So I think the best to do is to go to the courts and seek your legal redress. We have done what we can do. We will follow through. We will also follow through with the Senate, the House people that you guys have been to. They call him Momo Saros, right? And he's the head of the Mauricio Momo Saros, and I think
from Lofa County.
And then national security, I think his chairmanability is also the chairman of national security, so for the House. So we'll definitely reach out to them and hear from them. But so I want to say I wish you guys the best, and wish you guys the best. And you guys got any final words before we let you guys go?
Mr. Weir, you are muted.
You getting me now?
Yes, go ahead.
Well, I think it is very unfortunate to have heard from this such information from the honorable director, telling us that EPL doesn't owe us any money, when in recent time he requested even for our listing, and then the chair on the Senate Committee of Defense, Security, Intelligence, and Veterans Affairs, Momoti Saros, who has just flagged this in plenary, I think 3 times, and requesting the executive to pay us. And then he coming out at a later date and they're telling us that the EPL doesn't owe us any money. I believe that it's not in the interest of peace. Liberia is all we have. This is our own country. We don't have anywhere to go. You cannot deport us from here. But I believe that there's nowhere in the world this will not happen. Any sister country around us, like Guinea, Ivory Coast, anywhere here. Perhaps in Liberia, this will happen. To come to the discourse and dismiss a group of people who were brought on board by another administration, did not commit crime, and you come as director and dismissing them, and at a later date telling us that the EPL doesn't owe us, and for any reason we should go through the court proceeding. I think it should be a man of humanities, and this is our right. And I believe the whole world is hearing his text message, whatever communication that he just read. So I just want to say it will go down in the Guinness Book of Record, but we can assure you that Sanvee owe us. We are not Guinean, we are not Burkina Bees. A recent time he trained all of folks who today in the EPS. We were not people on a consolidated payroll. We were vetted trained and we were taking pay to dismiss the myths of all of folks out there who felt that we were just all in a group of people, because some people say, oh, we can just call him. We were trained and we protected the presidency for 6 years. And even 3 months of his administration, President Bouaka. So we want to speak to our traditional partner, the U.S. Embassy, European Union. You should speak to the conscience of the president so that Sanvee will pay us our benefit. Thank you.
Okay. Sylvester and the gentleman, I want to say we want to say thanks for coming to share your concerns, your concern about your not being paid to the public through this medium. And like I said, like you directly said, the world is watching, the world is listening. Your former director is listening too. But I would, like I said, the NS system, the form, the legal recourse is the last course of, you go to the legal side of it. And like Mr. Gimman asked you, and I will ask you again too, like since you reached out to the former commander in chief, I'm sure through they may be able to assist with some legal help, perhaps, to provide you legal services. In fact, I'm sure they can come with legal services you can take them out to court and let it be adjudicated in court with all the facts, all your evidences you have. And I'm sure that's the recourse you can take, and from there you can get this thing over with. We are always here, so we want to say thank you for coming and wish you guys all the best. And we will do our part to follow up with the other authorities that you guys have met, the House and the Senate. We'll follow up too. Like I said, I've already communicated with the director himself, and he said it's not owe you guys anything. It's in their hands now. So you guys, I encourage you guys to go to seek a legal redress, so that you can bring it to an end. So I want to wish you guys the best and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, Mr. Gimman, Mr. Grace, you been up for long? I just seen you.
Yeah, I've been here for a minute. I'm very committed.
Yeah, I know.
Sacrifice. So I'm a soccer mom. I'm at the stadium with my son.
Yeah, the weather changing now, so people.
Yeah, the weather changing and stuff like that. I really wanted to come on to talk to our brothers that were in the studio.
Oh, I didn't see that.
You kept me in the back because the mail were communicating with you.
No, no, man. I want to make sure I want to find out what's, I mean, you know, you could always do a due diligence, get all sides of the story and think. So for the record, you know, so it won't say, well, we just ran with something, you know what I mean? So now, like I said, for me thing is that these guys, they were hired by the former administration, and and for the fact that they were dismissed. They said, I heard that they said they were unqualified EPS employees, but again, that's an issue they can raise in the court, whatever the case. They go to court, and I'm sure the former president can find have their own lawyers, and they can go to court and hear from them, because I think everybody is entitled to fair legal.
But Tomalin, government is continuity. So
Exactly, I agree.
Although they were hired by the last administration of former President Weah, is no longer president of Liberia.
Exactly.
One minute they want him to be responsible for these kind of things, and the next minute they don't want him to sit in the airport terminal because he's not the normal president. So let's just tussle. These people serve the government. Whether they were qualified at that time, they were hired. So they served at the point in time for as long as they were able to serve, they fired them. In any normal society, when people get released from their job, or they fire, or maybe they retire, your benefits are supposed to be paid to you. It's just the right thing to do. How is it now you're telling these people to go through systems that doesn't even work right at this point in time? They have gone to the House of Representatives, they've gone to the Senate, nobody can help them. So why you think the court will even help them? It's not fair to the people. We don't want any more casualty and war and riots in the country as is. They're already having all these things happening in the country with students in the street, or policies say they get a job, and there's that now the EPS people coming and saying that they never got the benefits. Pay the people their money. It's not hard to do. Pay the people their money. It's just the right thing to do. Nobody want to be serving the government for a while, and then because they release, got another government come in. It's so sad that these people always let people go, especially these security-minded people. You don't play with people like that. In any society, if you have them to leave, then you have to pay them what rightfully theirs, so they can live in peace. You don't want to have these kind of people mad in society. They could do anything. So the way the director coming out to say that, and I hope he's listening, or the people should go to the court, and he has nothing to do with that. No, you have something to do with that. If you're in that position right now, it's your duty to allow these people, or to grant these people the courtesy to get paid the money that they work for, the benefits that they serve the government for. They serve President Weah, but he was in government at the time. So now we want to believe that all the things that are being said with this whole government coming, you set of people coming in, it's all about your policy and where you can get for yourself. It's not about the Liberian people. So I feel sorry for those our brothers that came on. I've been waiting. I wanted to come out to talk to them, but then they left now before I came on. It's not fair to them, man. Let's just say. I know we say, oh, they can go to the court. They ask them all the questions. I heard Mr. Gaiman asking, did they do that one? Mr. Nambe, did you do that one? But what did the government do? That the question won't ask the government, did you pay these people their money? Why are they even here on this platform talking about you? Why are they here talking about you? So
Yes,
I just want to say that.
I agree with you say, but like we said, right? We give them the access, give them the platform to come and express their grievances. And immediately when I saw them, I immediately contacted the director to make sure that to find out what's going on, and brought it to his attention. Now they were watching, like the director said, and so I mean, like how much? Not much we can. Like for instance, even the guy the guy who had last time, Mr. Gayflaw. Now the matter is in court. You see, through our intervention, is in court now. So because that's the proper recourse you got, because like you're saying right now. I mean, only the court can compel the government to pay these people. You know.
But these people already got families. Some of them got children. The people maybe they even have money to even hire a lawyer. You know how it is to secure a lawyer.
I agree.
All those things come in play. So if you don't have the proper lawyer and the people to represent you, you don't have money to pay for that. How will you even go to the courts for your case to be heard? You know, so we have to look at all these things. And
They got public defenders. So I mean, reality is that, like we said, like you're saying right now, they're hearing you now. The government, everybody hearing you right now, right? Now, what they will just say, the only thing that can happen now that you can do now as an advocate or talk show host is a flag what's happening. You raise the issue for them, and then from there, like we definitely I will contact Chairman Benedict because he's chairman on national security, and it falls on his oversight. Also, I will contact the Senator Saros, all of them, Momo Saros, and find out from them. I mean, these people brought a concern. So what the former EPS officer, what happens? I agree. Comments continuity, by right, it should be kept. But again, I'm informed that they said the people were not qualified. But my question is, they were qualified for the former president kept them for.
exactly.
That's question. You know, got to be fun. You got things you got to look into because.
But Tomalin, we are not asking them to keep the people on the job. We are not asking them for them to pay the people while they're not working. We're asking them to pay the people the benefits that rightfully due to them when they were in that employed. Although they say they're not qualified as your discretion, President, we after they were qualified, he hired them. So you pay the people the money, let them go that way. It's not right. I don't understand these people really.
But Sis Grace, when those of us that do hiring, when you want to fire someone, like he said, the letter says that they didn't meet the minimum requirement. But I do not have a copy of that letter because I'm asking them what are the minimum requirements. Okay, because if I'm going to fire you because you didn't meet the minimum requirement, I will tell you this job requires that you have a high school diploma, you have 5 years of work experience, you have background check, you do all of these things. These are the minimum requirements. If you have not met these requirements, you will be terminated and pick up your last paycheck. That means all your benefits and everything else, you pick them up at a different time. As to when your contract was terminated. But he says the letter did not say what was the minimum requirement. And up to the time they were terminated, if the government owed them any money, the government has to pay them. And I'm glad that they are going through the process. I wish we have the documentation from them if they have gone to court. I think he said that the folks failed to appear. If it's true, we should have those documents. Hopefully next time when Honorable George makes the follow-up, we have all the documents within our possession to look at the letter that was written to them for termination. And then we go from there. But I think it was a great thing for them to come.
To flag it here.
Flag what's happening on the global stage.
Where Grace? Grace left us? Oh.
They put me in the bag again.
Oh.
They don't like
the people who work here in your street, they really
they don't like soccer moms.
They don't like soccer moms, but you know it is what it is. But I wanted to also say that I understand the minimum requirement thing come in play. I understand the hiring because I do hire, you know, with what I do as well. But what I'm saying is that all that already passed. If the people already left their job, you say they don't meet the minimum requirement, pay them what is due them right now so they can just go their way. You don't want to have people just lingering in the country, the government all this, and you say, oh, because they work in the other government. These people were hired by the government. Any benefit that due them, they're supposed to have it. They're supposed to receive it. Once they fire, they already agree to the termination. They say, okay, we'll go check our benefit and then we'll go. But they tell them the person go to the court. They call someone, you have to come to court. They might even appear in front of the court. So you even got respect for the law. Because they told you to court and they say you never show up. So whosoever was supposed to show up don't have respect for the law. If they were not even arrested, they were not put in jail, they never had them on, you know, when you don't show up here for court, the people can have someone or wait on you, wait up the arrest. They never arrested, they were not showing up. So it means that whosoever was supposed to show up, yeah.
But you know, I'm sorry, Grace, I thought you were done.
Yeah. So yeah, Mr. Number or something. The boy just come on, he just started yelling in the back. I don't. But anyway, I tell you, but yeah, yeah, really. But anyway, Yeah, man. They never show up to court. So even if the people take them back to court, how sure are we that they will show up? They might probably not show up. So the case is just in limbo. You don't want to treat people who work with security this way. You do not. Even the military government, Samuel Doe, he never did that stuff. When people retire, he paid in the raffle money and he let them go. You don't want to do that thing. You don't want to bring chaos in our country. We already suffer. We're trying to get back. After 20 years, we still fighting to get back. Then you just got people mad all over the place, especially the government who's supposed to be knowing the best. They say they came with the best man, but just the best man to sit behind desks and take pictures and post it on Facebook. Really? Well, I will let Mr. Namwe come in.
No, I mean, I was just gonna add that, and what Samson is saying here, I think that's a point. Even if these people were disarmed, they're trained, and you know, they become aggrieved as they are. That could pose problems. I wish the director, you know, I wish he had provided a little bit more. I mean, I don't know whether, because when this government came in, there was a whole lot of talk about supplementary payroll and all of that. I think some 600 people or so were put down from the executive mansion. I'm not sure if they were on that list or so, but I think I wish he had, you know, provided, even if they were, you know, whatever reason, I wish he had provided a little bit more consolation than, you know, the response that he got from Mr. George. But you know, like Jerome said, we don't have that, you know, that many details on the matter. We just heard their side, and we haven't heard from the EPS side. But notwithstanding, you know,
you just heard from the EPS side.
No, what I mean is that all. That's what. Yeah,
but testing Tomalin is not all to they
exactly
too big to come on these platforms and explain to the people what's going on. But in the meanwhile, they are civil servants.
Yeah, but Grace.
Or civil servants.
Yeah,
and
Grace,
they worked for the government for at least 6 years.
Yeah, but Grace, the good thing about the text message is that it is also a legal documentation that can be used in the court of law. It comes from this is his official communication to Honorable George. So down the line, this is what he said. This is a public forum that is subject to a legal interpretation, to legal call. So this is what we are talking about here. If the Honorable Gay is a professional person, he's a family person, he also knows that he lives in these United States, he works in these United States. If you're going to fire someone, like the young man said, he was trained as a counterattack specialist or something of that nature, and then he was transferred to the executive mansion. According to him, those are two different functions for which he's not qualified. He's a counterattack or somebody specialist, and then now he's at the executive mansion. Those are two different portfolios. So, I mean, there's a lot going on here, and I think Honorable George is right. Let them go through the court procedure one more time and have it documented that when they bring the dossier to George or to the media, we can look at it from beginning to end and say, these are the people that they have met, these are the communication that they had, and this is where they are at this point. That's all we can do.
Abu and something, when you come on the platform, you put your thing on mute. You know, Abu, you were yelling and it was just all on the air. So when you come here, you put your stuff on mute until they speak to you to speak. That's a very way to be on a forum like this. Yeah?
I mean, you forgot you're on this platform, you're talking to somebody and you're doing some talking, but you're caught on.
I was talking to somebody?
Yeah, you are caught on the mic.
Sorry, man, sorry, team.
So you're not get started. Okay, I want to get started quick because we got something in Maryland, in Harper, Maryland County.
Yes.
I want to bring him on because he lives there now and he's in Maryland and he's in the Southeast. So Samson, it's all yours. Tell us about your trip in the Southeast and what's happening there.
Samson, it's Georgia territory. Samson,
please put your phone on mute. Please put your phone on mute, Abu.
Abu, how are you?
Yeah, T, how are you, sir?
Bye. So, I decided to do a visitation in the Southeast to make an condition and some said some of you get me?
You're breaking up.
All right. Am I clear?
Yeah, you're clear now. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So the government announced some of these projects, 85% completed, while some of them they say it was already completed. So I started from Nima County, where I used the Sakepie route. So from Sakepie, approaching from the Cantor, approaching Sakepie, where we experienced because I was driving, so I experienced some dusty road. But there's a break in the road will soon be completed with Kota, and from Sakepie Bridge, when you cross Sakepie Bridge entering to going to Tapeta, that road is strictly Kota until you can enter in Tapeta. So I can say it's like 95% completed because it's just too many. The dusty road is just too many away from Tapeta. So that road might be around 95% or 99% completed. But then from Tapeta to entering Grand Chile is a straight dusty road. But then my observation was the dusty road is actually not that bad. But then the maintenance, looking at the rainy season, because there are some potholes on the road and stuff. I think I did some video and we posted it. There are some potholes on the road, and rainy season might turn bad if the public work does not go there to do some road maintenance. We is also a very bad route is also a bad route with stuff. But then when you reach Cowicare, from Cowicare, Maryland is a straight quota. So that in Maryland, Harper City, where tomorrow I'll be doing some visitation around with some of the pioneers of Maryland County. They will take me to the late president resident, and they will also explain to me some of the street you got live. They will explain to me about some of the street we were named honor and why they didn't name those street honor of them. And I will also be in the market interviewing the market women to talk more about their businesses and how it's going. So our in Grand Chile the morning, I did a live video in Grand Chile the morning with motorcyclists, where they were expressing some concern about the bar rule, especially in that Sweju era. They were expressing their disappointment, especially with the gas price. Some of them said they can burn 1.5 gallons per day and they buying gas is $850. It's not the usual price in Morovia. At the Morovia, around 690, 660 some euro. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. How much for a bag of rice in on us at our end? How much for a bag of rice?
So for bag of rice price here, with people selling it for some area, you will get it for 4.2, some area is 4,500.
That how many US dollar?
In Sweden.
How much US dollar?
Around $22, $23.
Wow. So how about gasoline? How much the price of gasoline?
So it's not a usual price in Morovia. There is an addition of $150, $160 added is $850 in Sweden, and yeah, it's $850 in Maryland.
So in the place you are, cars they have cars. How the traffic there? Cars, keke, motorbikes, all there too. The same way, buses there too.
So Harper City is a very beautiful area. Tomorrow I'll be live to show the beauty of Harper. Harper is a very beautiful area. It's my first time coming in Harper, entering Harper. It's a very beautiful place where President Torgbean did an extremely good job here by laying most of these most of these streets. They're well taken care of up to now. The people are really taking care of their streets. It's not the usual Morovia style where you just drop trash on the ground. When you drop it, you get somebody there to correct you to say this does not happen here. You have to find a trash can and put it there. In Harport is clean, well layered, and organized, far better than our regular Morovia.
That is Maryland for you. Look, I'm a
Yes.
proud daughter of Maryland. So I'm happy that you are.
You and Mr. Namwe that you don't start a group thing here.
Yeah, wait, let me talk to something. We are very organized set of people.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm happy that Samson went to that area to see for himself. You know, our people are very, very, we follow the rules and we like, you know, to follow the laws and everything. That's why the country remains, you know, firm and safe during the years. So I hope, I know you're not reached all the way to Rocktown, but Rocktown, you know, there where I'm from. So I'm happy. I will be looking forward to your video coming out about Harport City, and you know, because it's the capital city of the Farmers. But Maryland is a very beautiful place, and I'm a proud of Maryland. Thank you.
Samson, real quick.
Yes.
I think it was Senator Zoe Penner that said you could ride from Monrovia straight to Zwedu within 2 or 3 hours. Is that true?
No, so just for Nima Council, because when I landed Council, I called Chief Tomalin to tell him I was in Council. So we pick up from Council, entering straight to. So you see, that's the road there to this road is leading. This is between Sakepie from not Sakepie from Tapeta to Grenchide. That's the road there. That's the current road condition from Tapeta to Grenchide that you're looking at. So I spent like 4 or 5 hours from Nima there.
Wow. So I mean, like bro, Horrence, how many years? I mean, our country not connected in a small country. Horrence, 74 years. The country not connected. Oh my God.
Something.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's that, Chief?
Hey, my man,
Not bad, Abu. How are you?
Ask your question, man. What's wrong with this man?
Okay, so quickly, man. Good being on the show. Greetings to my only female on the show. My Grace, how you doing?
Hey, God.
But something, let me ask you a question, right? Let me ask you a question. Because on these roads, most of the commuters on these roads are motorcyclists. Why is true? I don't discredit some of the work we have done over the time. But is it true that the motorcyclists are charging far lesser than what they used to charge under the previous administration?
Oh.
So from currently to, you getting me? Am I
Yeah,
clear?
getting you now.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So from Grenchide County to Maryland is like $8,000 currently.
Okay.
And that's just almost the same thing people used to charge doing the CDC. For because a motorcyclist told me before they used to charge like $8,900 something $1,000.
So a valid day that major work has been done on that road, is it so?
Yeah, so true. So the one of the road that they need to look at when you're entering from River G, when you just enter River G.
So as a journalist, something quickly. So as a journalist, an independent person who always run on impartial judgment on national issues.
That's the border there.
I come in, brother. Something. Hello, something.
I get you.
Okay, so as an independent journalist, do you believe that the previous administration supporters should be questioning us about not prioritizing roads? giving
Oh,
the press that is being charged.
what kind of question is
So
that?
Abu, that question is not in my prayer for you to answer. I'm not a
So what you are
politician, I'm a
generally should be
journalist. I
provided
do
for
not.
something because there are people who comes on the
So
show. Listen, there are people who comes on the show. Even though the public work minister has said that 22 million are not used, but there are people who comes on the show. One of the previous administration they wrote not pliable as it is today, or as you can see in the photo. So that it is against that background as a question. Yeah,
Abu, for you to make that comment, you have to have the previous video and the present video to juxtapose.
no, but Mr. Gaiman, the man just told you how much is being paid today to sack this.
Yeah, but listen, but he also said gas price had gone from what it was to $850 per gallon.
But that one a global issue.
No. Then listen to this. Rice price
No, that global issue.
has gone up to $4,522 to $23 a bag. So don't tell me it's a global issue because
it is
to plow the road. Listen, the motorcycle need gas. The motorcycle needs everything they need to plow the road. So if the price of gas is gone up and the price of rice is gone up, you can't tell me that is a better situation because somebody else said this. For you to compare, you have to be able to contrast. To do that, you should have the road conditions prior to what it is now. That's how it is done competitively.
Your section you made that has to do with your question you asked something that has to do with the senator of Nigeria. It is against that badge I'm asking him because the senator of Nigeria made a statement on a public radio that today you can commute from Monrovia to Nigeria in a day. Unlike the previous administration, I come in, Mr. Gaiman. People beat on him for saying that. People beat on Senator Torgbean for saying it. And the journalist has just stated that it is far more better today than it used to be. That's my point.
No, he never said that. No, but
if the people are paying lesser than what they used to pay before.
Kamara,
I didn't say that.
You are entitled to.
I'm repeating what I'm saying.
Listen, Kamara, you are entitled to. Listen, you are entitled to your own opinion, but not your own facts.
So something.
The fact doesn't.
So the commuters, right? The commuters are not paying far lesser than what they used to pay today.
So, like I said, I didn't.
No, I get yes or no question I want to ask. That yes or no, answer I want from you.
They are paying lesser. Yes.
They are paying less. Yeah, then I defeat Mr. Gaiman argument.
Mr. Masare, are they paying more for gas than they pay in the previous?
No, it's not about gas. We're talking about the road being pliable.
No. To plow the road, you also need
transportation.
The road wouldn't be pliable when it is work on, right?
That's a
so the best people to talk to is the motorcyclists. I did an interview for them. If Maya is listening, I don't know whether he can download the video and upload it. It's on the page.
Let's hear from the people that
Mr. Gaiman, the fact that the motorcyclists are paying, the fact that the motorcyclists are charging lesser than they used to be.
If the economy is bad, they are paying more for rice. They are
paying more economy. When I was talking about roads, and the roads you talking about,
they are inseparable.
So are we not discussing roads? Give their testimony because I did a live this morning with them. They were explaining about the road condition and the difference between the previous administration and now. So if Mike is listening, Mike can.
No, let me play the video.
Mike, can you play a video?
Let me play a video.
Abu, you need to calm down. You can't come to you go to your LBS station, please. You can't be yelling people here.
Screen Chile County. This is a beauty.
That's not a video, man. It's not a video. The video that I posted on the page, I did a live this morning. Check on the page. I think there are around 6,000 views. Check on the page.
Honestly, show up when you can't be video on the public way minister. The man told you 22 million. Something just validating what the man said. That there's been major work done on our road. And it is evident by the lesser price commuters are paying to motorcyclists. And that the man talking about economy.
They are not. The people are paying more for gas. They are paying more for rice. That is the palatable issue we are talking about. Now you
No,
don't.
that's not it.
You,
No,
you,
no,
you
that's
want to
not the
compare.
issue. No, that's not the issue. The issue is
Zopeno,
about road.
Zopeno never said a day. Zopeno said within hours.
I have a question, Mr. Gamer.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead,
Abu,
Grace.
I know you here to be yelling concerning what goes that they make. $22 million is no small money for you to justify on a dusted road. So let's just
No,
get there.
we didn't spend 22 million. The public works minister said the time will add numbers. We did not spend 22 million.
Okay,
They
but you
spent
are
less than
talking
8 million.
And
The public works minister did not spend 22 million. The man said the time will add numbers. I think tomorrow I'm raising to some of those interviews. The man did not spend 22 million.
Mr.
Okay,
George,
that's why you were saying
Honorable
you
George,
were telling you the public said 22 million.
I think we
22 million, even $8 million for a dusted road is still too much money for you to come and
To
be yelling here.
rehabilitate roads across the country, you say that one small?
Assessment tour. And well, live here
All right.
this morning, I'll be talking to
All right, so
motorcyclists,
that's the
people who are
rule.
frequent
That's
on the
great there.
road
Where
to
you sit
tell
it?
us more about the challenges. To tell more about the challenges. Let me talk to this first person. Good morning. How are you and what's your name? What? Ellis. So you're a bike rider? Yeah. So how's the traffic like for you? You say? You trying? So you had a gear press. Yeah. Now, we're selling gas. $8.50 for 1 gallon? 1 gallon. 1 gallon. Okay. So you normally ride on the Dusty Road, right? Yeah. So where you get do your own running from? What? Rantown. All right. So things really running for you? The traffic is all right with you? All right. Thank you so much for talking to us. So we'll talk to more people. Let's see whether we can talk to more people. We want to get their. We need to talk to more people. So let me see. So good morning. How are you? What's your name? Steny? You bike rider? How much for a gas price here? $8.50. So the $8.50. How much gallon you spend per day to run? Yeah. And the road condition, how is it like?
We get plenty running our sport. We get plenty running our office.
All right, boy. It can get you hot, huh? It can get you hot, huh?
Yeah. It does running by as low watch. I hope I don't hold it yet.
All right. You say your name again? All right. So we just talked to Steny Bear. We just talked to Steny Bear. We will talk to we want to talk to we will talk to about 10 persons so we can leave. Good morning. How are you? Not bad. What's your name? Christian Sese. You're a bike rider? How much for gas price? $8.50. How much gallon do you point per tea? 1 gallon and a half. Do you have your profit like that? When you bring 1 gallon and a half, you can get your profit? So how's the road condition like? Majority of the road sport. So you can really find it typical like that? All right. Thank you so much. Let's see whether we can talk to more people. So we're parking here at the back. So good morning. What's your name? Emmanuel. You bike rider too? Yes. So where you run? Where you can do your own running? Rantown. How's the road condition like?
The condition is very bad.
All right. The condition bad? Yeah. All right. So how much gallon do you bring per day when you're running?
1 gallon.
And how much for gas? $8.50. All right. Thank you so much.
Myean, you can take it out.
Yeah.
All right. So you see that that's back rattlers from Grand Chile County. I was doing an interview with. They were giving their own idea on how the road like, and they kind of the current condition. When you listen to some of them, they said the road is actually bad to most of the area that they running around town in Grand Chile, and that's not lie because I took almost like 5 hours from Canton to Grand Chile County itself. Yeah, so the road there is actually
Yeah. So yeah, if I may ask, or something,
yeah.
I listened to the interview that you had with you guys. Are they flying the main road? I mean, from like Nigeria to other counties, or you talking
No,
about roads
You
that
heard
connecting to villages?
you heard he said round town, round town. That's what they said.
round time me, they can
No, I got
they
it now.
can
You know the
drive.
generator on. I got it. The generator on. I got it. I
All
got
right.
it.
Oh, you using generator? What happened to your LEC, your government official?
No, stop that running the conversation, Mr. K, man. That go to the point.
Grace, this is Mr. LEC and he using generator. You see, he died. Just so we're gonna carry his light.
But let the same come to kind, Mr. Peter.
Yes, something. Yeah,
I think
Wait,
what
something, get your observation of what you saw. Abu, please don't call him off. Let him speak, please.
Abu, thank you very
So
much
for
and
me, I
welcome.
think it go.
I'm sorry, Samson. Let me just
Yeah.
throw it in and then you can come. Yeah. First of all, thank you for doing this. I'm from those parts. I'm from Maryland. I come all the way from Barobo. Besides the bikers, did you have a chance to talk to other ordinary citizens, the market women? Did they give you a sense of life now compared to say life in under the past government?
So actually, no, I didn't. I've not done that. I intend to do it tomorrow morning in Maryland County, specifically
Okay.
in the market area.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Go ahead. You are going to say something, but thank you.
All right.
The folks that were saying that this was a Bassa show or Bassa station, y'all can't hear people from Maryland or people from Barobo, people from Kawiakan.
I know you got your feelings hurt because something is telling you how clean the place is.
Listen, I'm from Buchanan, okay, and I'm from one of the beautiful cities. And I got to admit, when I went to Maryland County, when I went to Harper, I was quite impressed, very impressed with the city. The beauty of that city is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to Hoffman Station, I went everywhere, and there is nowhere in the Republic, to be very frank with you, that can be compared when it comes to the aesthetic of that city, how it is laid out, how it was built, and the folks are still doing the best they can with limited resources to maintain the city. That means it was well built. I look at the roads, and I speak to folks from there. They sending me pictures back, and it's still a beautiful city. So those of you from there, I want to see city. I want to see photo from Peabody now because I have not heard much from Peabody lately. But Harper City is beautiful, excellent city. Grace, that one I have to give it to you guys. It is amazing.
Oh, I play you from Maryland?
Whoa.
I think I'm a Sister Grace. You from Maryland?
Yes,
I'm from
you don't
No,
listen.
y'all. No, to be honest of you, Maryland is actually laid out. I went there.
I'm from Maryland. My grandfather is from
You from a great country, dude.
and
I
my
got a couple
grandmother
of
is
good
from
friends from Maryland.
So I'm a Marylander.
Harper is laid out as
Yeah, absolutely.
all of Liberia, but usually by the time you leave the cities,
But
then you begin to see the real difference, But quite frankly, I mean, I traveled those parts a lot. I went to Calocan, Newark, Barobo, there, cut through, Kawiakan in the Gbebo area. Those roads usually they're pretty good, but when the rains come, they can be very, very horrible. Yeah, so I'm looking at the road. As Samson was traveling, honestly, I don't really see anything that's different on that road. And because the tap that I saw from what I saw, unless there's something else I'm missing. And the moment the rains come, that tap there will not
What I say, the rain.
Yeah.
When the rain comes,
You are right. So the same thing I said the rain is not guaranteed because the rain will ruin our entire road.
But something,
Yeah.
it has a new debate. It has a new debate. People yet at the moment people are using Maryland to get to that place. People are using Aroko to get there.
That's not true. That's not during the dry season. That was not true the dry season.
People are using Aroko to get there.
That was not during the dry season. Go ahead, guys.
We're not comparing and contrasting yet. We are seeing this government that see power now should do some work on the roads and stuff because that's what these are some of the things that they bring the campaign. That was the campaign message. So the way you always say, "Oh, back in the day," we're not looking at back then. Yeah, it's no longer person. Let him be.
That's not a debate.
About what the government's supposed to do moving forward.
Abu, sit up a little bit. Sit up. We can see you. Only your eyes we can see.
If I tweet it, Mr. K man, so the sun, so I got to bring it closer so I can hear what he's saying.
Jeez. Wow. You got your rice and your beans?
Yeah, but like I was saying, right? I'm not comparing the CDC and all of the Unity Party. We are far better in terms of governance. The Unity Party have the top notch, we have the sophisticated, we got the bureaucrats to run governance. What I'm saying here is folks should not come and portray it as if we are not working on modality to alleviate some of the challenges commuters from the Southeast are faced with. That's what I'm saying. The public works minister has said some of our numbers that he did not spend 22 million as he has been asserted in the public. He did not spend 22 million. He said he spent less than 8 million. And given what we have seen, given what we have seen in a short period, I can clearly say before President Obama leaves office, you can be assured, if not in Maryland, but some part of Maryland, there will be asphalt pavement. That's what the Minister of Public Works said. And something just validated that. Something just validated that. You spoke. I come in now, Mr. K-Man. Mr. K-Man, I come in. Mr. K-Man, I come in.
I will not let you carry on this way because you're.
No, but Mr. K-Man, I mean, when it's a turn to speak, then you come in.
Your problem was that there will be no car stuck in the entire nation.
Mr. K-Man, you're not getting me off track. Mr. K, you're not getting me off track. Let me learn. No, but I have to learn, Mr. K-Man. I have to learn.
Before you learn.
No, but before he comes in, I mean, learn. Your woman.
No. 90 days, there will be no car stuck. All the roads will be paved.
Let me come in, Mr. K-Man. When the president said there will be no car stuck, apparently.
No.
The way you expected, I come in, listen, I come in. No, but listen. No, listen, Mr. K-Man. Apparently, the way you expected the president to decode his message, it was not decoded that way.
Okay.
We were free, and the president was very emphatic about that. The man instructed the Minister of Public Works to work with the Minister of Finance to get funds to ensure that most of those major routes people are finding it difficult.
No.
Listen.
He didn't say most. He said no car. He said no car.
Mr. Kamara, I have one.
So Mr. K-Man, did you see petroleum of those equipment working on the road?
I don't look at pictures.
Mr. Kamara,
why you don't look at pictures? Then how do you do your judgment?
Not to stop talking. Other people need to speak.
Yeah. Mr. Kamara, let me ask you this. I know you said 8 million. Well, 8 to 9 million. That's almost 9 million. But let me ask you this. If you believe the public works minister did such a good job, why did he have to apologize? What was he apologizing for? To the Senate committee on public works.
But that's why a genuine state president should be doing, and official government owe it to the people. When you make an error, Mr. Nangbe, to save face. Yeah, when you make an error, and nobody is infallible, even all of us are on the show. We have our shortcomings. So when you make an error, come again?
A $9 million error?
No, he did not make $9 million error. He did not make $9 million error. I think there was some mistake, and the probably was minister acknowledged that.
Mr. George is on it.
Yeah, one ask the man in the Southeast question because Because on the issue about the President Boga saying the first 100 days no car would get stuck, he failed that miserably. He failed that. Car got stuck. Even the United Nations, the NGOs then showed the car that was stuck there in the first 100 days. So that issue there is no brainer. He failed that one. He did not live up to the expectation. He failed. And I think Tomalin did in the mansion that day. Tomalin was just playing that usual politics. Whoever in power, you don't get close to them, so you go and tell them all the good things that I can go. I mean, you were just in politics. You were all beyond John Weah when we are president. By the time we have one and I John Myean Boga again. Tomorrow, John Brown get again. That kind of thing they can do. So these kind of people don't take this react against serious. But something in the southeast there. One of the father from you. Like tomorrow you say you'll be checking on the prices of commodities and so forth, right? Interviewing the market people. When you have the common people in the city, well, the way of life, how's everything going there? All right, let's go. Yeah. So Samson. So you in Maryland or in Grand Gita right now? Where is he now?
Well, something level.
No, he didn't leave. Don't even try it. He just went off. I know you want him to leave. He's not leaving.
But I make it up there. In the Southeast, these are people that they not vote up, but they're glad that they are seeing some of the work we are doing.
No, there's somebody said when rainy season comes, then I want to know what are the rules are correct. I want to ask something, the paved road. Sorry, something not here. I want to ask something.
But Tomalin ain't gonna take precaution. We are taking precautionary measures to ensure that if now mitigating some of the challenges people are confronted with 100%, but at least 70%. Where has been doing the road and something just validated it.
Well, 2 years and 22 million was given for approved for the road, for road. So how much money have been spent on that $22 million?
Kamara, can you move away from your generator, please? Do you have to be by the generator?
You get me?
No, do you have to be by your generator?
Mr. K-Man, you won't get an answer from me. I know what you hear there.
I can't hear you. The noise.
You can't hear me? Are you not getting me?
The noise. Is that a generator back there?
Are you not getting me? You are getting me.
Too much noise.
Excluding you, I think everyone on the show are getting me.
No, you see, nobody can hear you, see?
No, Mr. Nangwe did not say that.
Oh, yeah, let me progress.
Somebody did not say that.
He's
getting me.
Let me progress. Okay. I'm happy for Samson. We'll give more information tomorrow from Grand Gita and Maryland. He got a few more days there. I want to say thank Samson for taking that journey to the southeast, and at least we see other parts of our country. But let's talk about this ECOWAS communication that came out today. Today, the president of the ECOWAS Commission, His Excellency Dr. Umar Aliyu Toure, acting on he said that acting on the recommendation of the 53rd ordinary session of the Mediation and Security Council at the ministerial level held on December 11, 2024 in Abuja, deploy a high-level political mission to Liberia. And they met with those who traveled was Professor Ibrahim Gambari, former Honor Secretary of the United Nations for Political Affairs, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Nigeria, led a mission. They comprised of Mr. Mujibi Dinadu, Director of Political Affairs, and so forth. They came to Liberia. They met with President Joseph Boakai, former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, former President George Nyenwolo. They also met with Foreign Ministers Cyril Beslo Yanti and senior officials of the ministry. They had consultation with stakeholders, including the House and international community representatives in Liberia. Now, from the meeting, then what they have come up with, we come to discuss this. The mission noted the position of the various stakeholders and called on all stakeholders to prioritize Liberia's peace and stability to pave the way for inclusive socio-economic development and deepening of democracy in the country. The mission urges President Boakai and his predecessors to work together to enhance peace and stability in the country. So now, the issue, ECOWAS is also saying that the one important part is said that all stakeholders to respect the pending Supreme Court ruling. So, Grace, since you're in the dark there, I don't want you to be in the dark for long. We'll start with you. I'm sure you have read the ECOWAS communique, and they're taking it very serious. They came here, the so-called majority of black refused to meet with them, and so forth. But it still went on to meet with former President Saliva and Weah, met with President Baka, and also met with Speaker Kofa. Now, what's your take on this ECOWAS communique, especially the one that says that all stakeholders should respect the impending ruling of the Supreme Court?
Thank you, Tomalin. Yeah, after I respond, then it will be like my closing because I have to leave, leave from here to go home. But I can't be driving at the same time talking on the phone. But it boils down to these people, the Baka government executive, to tell these people, the minority so-called black, to do the right thing, because there's a person who is pulling this string, and I don't think that person is within the majority black part of the House of Representatives. So whatsoever the ECOWAS say doesn't matter, because the ECOWAS, they can say these things, but they cannot intervene in what is going on in the country. They usually Liberians will only use ECOWAS when they have problem in the country, chaos, or ECOWAS to come and help them. But then when the people speak and tell them, say, this thing you're doing, you're going too far, it might probably bring trouble in the country, you need to resolve it, they don't listen to the people. So I don't to tell you the truth, I don't think that they're going to listen, except for when Bwaka or Jeremiah Kun, who I feel is the person behind this, tell these people to do the right thing and follow due process and go through the right procedure to vote or Speaker Kofa out of office. Then Liberia will just remain stagnant. The people don't care. I read the communication, and I also went and I read another post from, I think, the Rachel Kuhn man, saying that everything remains as it seems, nothing changed. He remains the speaker. He claimed to be the speaker of the House right now, and that's it. So the people, I don't think they're going to take this. I don't think they're going to abide by what they're supposed to abide by. And we will see and we pray that they do something differently. That's my hope, that they see it fit to just do something differently for the Liberian people, because this thing is keeping our country back on a lot of stuff. People will not come to invest in such a country. The international community look at this Baka government as a foolish government, because the House of Representatives is in chaos, and the executive, everybody know, it's not a secret anymore that the executive behind this. They are pulling the string about this man remaining where he is, because this other man claiming to be the speaker is a regime speaker, and they want to be able to do anything they want to do. They don't want any opposition to hold that kind of power to stop them from passing fraudulent budgets. So that's where we are. I just hope that they can just do the right thing. And I don't feel Omer Baka has the power to even do anything, because I think he's being controlled. That's where I am with the whole thing, Tomalin.
Well, okay, Grace, thanks a lot. But let me say this, though. ECOWAS, like Grace rightly said, when Liberia went to in crisis, ECOWAS came to our rescue. They brought relief to our country. The late President Saw used to say, "Thank God for ECOMOG." Yeah, because had it not been the ECOMOG and ECOWAS and ECOMOG, we don't know what Liberia would have been today. And I always tell people, the late Chairman Kumako warned us. He said Liberians should be very careful with getting involved in crisis, because at the time Liberia got involved, when our war came about, you had military leaders in the region. That's why they were able to come up quickly with a peacekeeping force. But it's much quicker to come up with peacekeeping force and have military men, because they take a decision right away and move in. But at the time, you have President Mambo. He was your general. You're from a military man in Sierra Leone, was General Mambo. You had General Colonel Rawlins. Rawlins was in Ghana, military man. Mama Gida, Nigeria, military man. You had Conte, Guinea, military man. The only person that was not military was the chairman of ECOWAS at the time, Shadawa Jarara of the Gambia. So he was the only person who was a civilian president. So they already took a decision. He just called upon them, and they rallied troops quickly, and a 5-man peacekeeping force came to the Benin. So it is important when ECOWAS get involved in these things that people respect ECOWAS, because in case of any problem tomorrow, who are we going to run to? You would not. We all talk about America would not send their troops in our country. They would not put American troops on our ground. We should always have it in the back of our mind. They will support efforts for ECOWAS or the African Union, but not to put troops on the ground. So ECOWAS is telling us that everyone should respect the rule of the Supreme Court. So whoever is saying for NM side, the majority bloc, that they're not going to respect it, I think the person just showing a bluff, because even President Boaga and Vice President Boone on record of saying that they will listen to respect the rule of the final rule of the Supreme Court. There's no way they can disrespect it. So what can happen? Assume that they rule that Kofi, they won't say they're choosing a leader, but they'll recognize Kofi as a legitimate speaker. That means the executive branch, because our constitution says that the executive, their job is to enforce. So all they're going to do now in enforcing the rule of the Supreme Court, withdraw the security from Kun, take all the escort from him, and they pay he getting as speaker, they will stop it from getting that pay. So now, and they will go back to the original speaker. Now, what's going to happen? All you need to do now, go on the Supreme Court will be saying, go on the guy of Speaker Kofi. He's a legitimate speaker. If you want to remove this man, y'all settle do it right there. Do it the right way. Put your case before the body. He has the chance to do a due process to defend himself with influence accusers, and from there you take a vote. If they get 49%, Kofi is no more speaker, and then you elect a new speaker. Simple as that. That would have been taking so long to do. So if the Supreme Court running an opinion, ECOWAS will endorse it. The African Union will endorse it, and everybody will endorse it. Let's see who's going to stand and say, well, we challenge the national community too. So this matter is easy. The Supreme Court got to be clear, very clear in giving the ruling. It shouldn't confuse people again. Be very clear. That's the reason why Kofi sought the minority black sought redress for a bit of information to get sure that make the ruling clear. You should not confuse people with the utter virus stuff again. They must take that word out. Be clear and let people know what's the final. So I believe that that's what's going to happen, and we're going to see the outcome of the Supreme Court opinion. Abu, in darkness, let me come to you. What your take on this ECOWAS communication?
I didn't say anything about no comment. Go ahead. No comment.
Okay. Take it off the screen. The noise is bad.
Yeah. It's interesting. Abu has no comment, but that's good. Maybe. Look, I tell you honestly, I'm a little bit optimistic. I was one of those who felt that the 43 would do everything to sidestep whatever opinion came out of the Supreme Court and continue as usual. Because we know, I think back in November when the Justice Bisi alone was in chamber and told everyone to return to status quo ante. After that, they went ahead and began to sack all these guys and erect committees and do all that. But ever since the Supreme Court hearing, I think yesterday or so, I haven't seen any of them taken to the airways. I haven't seen any of them writing anything that will indicate that whatever comes out of the Supreme Court, it will mean nothing to them. So I think they are paying attention, and I'm going to venture to say I think they will take heed. I think the president himself, he has had an earful on this thing. ECOWAS, thank God they didn't give up on us, even though they came here the first time. The president himself almost didn't want to meet them. With all of that, they didn't give up on us, and they came back for the second time. We're hearing reports too that the 43 didn't want to meet with them because of protocol, or whatever. Kun was not addressed, according to his desired protocol. But with all that, I think they're still staying with us. And so yes, I will agree with ECOWAS, and I will encourage the executive to encourage the 43, whatever comes out of the Supreme Court. We have to move on. We have bigger problems. This is really an artificial problem that we did not need in the first place. This is an extraneous problem. It's costing us money. It's wasting us a lot of resources and time. So yeah, I hope that all of us, whatever the opinion that comes out, out of the Supreme Court, I think we should all respect it and move on. whoever emerges. I think Kofa is very clear. He just wants this thing done and done right. That's all. That's all he has said all along. So I'm hoping the 43 will also take the same attitude.
I want to come in a little bit.
Yes, please go ahead, Grace.
I hope they're not going to drag this thing after, because we have to talk on both sides. I hope when the majority black come up and say that, okay, they will follow the process, because remember, these people, they actually have 49, I think over 49 when they were voted Speaker Kofa out, right? They did for him, or just that to me, when they did they did another election to bring another speaker in, that was the part that turned me off, because they did not do it the right way. So I don't know whether they're going back to get it 49, because we don't want another. Because we just want them to decide whatsoever they needed to decide to follow a new speaker in, so we can move on with our lives and the people's lives of that people. That's what we need, because we don't want down kind of say, oh, they have to do the 49 vote all over again, all over. That's my question.
No.
They already did that. It's just that putting a new speaker in was fortunate. They need to just come and follow a new speaker in. So is Kofa willing to accept that? That's my question.
So, Grace, what happened was when Kofa all the country, what they did, they started, I think, it started in July or June. They were getting signatures. They got signatures, and they were using money now, money violence. So they got signature as you sign and then they pay you, and they were doing that.
It doesn't matter whether they were using money.
But I come in, I get your point.
You money to get in the speaker.
I come in that point, okay. But Ali, we saw evidence of one of the person. Nobody come and say Kofa get money to vote for him. We have not seen it yet.
Oh yeah, said it. He said Kofa pay for to be voted in our house.
But you get evidence. But we saw evidence. Somebody say the money.
What the evidence you saw?
Luther Collins.
Luther Collins.
Evidence, man. Evidence.
So now,
the
idea is that.
But too many accusation is that permissible in court?
I wouldn't even finish talking, please. Okay? Yeah. So now the problem is that they sign the signatures, sign the names. They were for some person sign the names. But when they allow you, then when everybody supposed to start coming and say, "You take my name for that list," and no one knew that our intention of getting the name for. So people left the list. But now the sugar majority black, they were running with it still say, as far as concerned, whether you move on there or not, we stay using it as I was taught.
But the mere fact, Tomalin, that those group people, I won't just go ballistic on them. They signed a document, they signed a paperwork with a name on it, they knew what it was signing. And
I know, I mean.
Oh no, we change our mind, we sign again. It doesn't add up. These are all the child plays that are going on in the House of Representatives.
Yeah,
they're destroying the country.
Yeah.
And I mean Bourgeoisie.
I give you a time. You say you wait a little bit.
You say you had no comment.
The reality is this. Now.
I think they part of the conversation. I won't make comment, but let money finish.
After they did that, when they allowed when I was saying they said they want to do affidavit and all kind of stuff, no to public to take a name from there. But the reality is that when so Kofa is saying that, look, okay, you don't have a problem with me, I don't have a problem with that. I want to face my accuser. I need a due process. You also remove me from office. Let me face you guys. I defend myself. You take a vote. I won't preside. Somebody will preside. If you're for me that you don't have confidence in me, you vote me out. And that's why they refused, because you need a 49 votes. And they knew very well that they would never get 49 votes had they followed that pathway. So they kept on playing the games, and how they did it. So now the problem matters is that you also remove the speaker, you need 49 person to voting out. So now the court will tell and say, go back to status quo, and you're doing the right way. Let Kofa step aside. You present your grievances come on the floor. You defend yourself. You have to get a vote. You have to get a vote. If for another person voting out, he's out. But the fear is if we try, we'll not get for enough vote. And the problem is that's why they have been running a vote for.
So my question to you is that now, what is the right way going forward? Because this thing is starting all over. It's going to be another.
No. Chris, what's going to happen, right? That's my prediction, though. I mean, Mr. Nagwin and Mr. Gamer will weigh in. My prediction is this. The Supreme Court will definitely say go back to session on the gavel of a legitimate speaker. And then, if I'm from the majority block, I come and say, well, we have a problem with the speaker. We don't want him to be speaker based on these reasons. You list the reasons, I will step aside, somebody else will preside.
Yes.
Wasn't presiding, was able to Kofa 1 year your side of the story. Defend yourself. You will face them and to counter the allegation against him. Based on that, after deliberations, take it to a vote. In voting, now there are 73 members, right? So all 72 will be voting. You will vote. If you get for another person, he's no more speaker. If you cannot get it for another person, he remains speaker. It's left for him whether he wants to still remain as speaker or step aside for a new election for a new speaker. That my prediction.
Yeah, but Tomalin.
Yeah.
Why you sure that for Nadi may not be my partisan?
Yeah.
I did reach out. I got a couple of friends that were with him when he used to be a minister of state. At the time, minister of state was presidential affairs. Some of whom on yesterday we met, and he has confided in them that he does not want to be speaker anymore, but he wanted ready to be done. But yes, my friend.
Now, we know that one there.
No, listen now. No, but even though you won't say it on the show. But yes, I don't want to now the conversation to that. It is for me, I think it's not demeaning and very respectful to our honorable lawmakers. Whenever I hear people say that they were compromised or they are compromised only because they don't want the place to be audited. Many of them who are supporting cover today are people who go back get money to that no personally to run campaign. And it is because of that the speaker then the 53rd national legislature speaker Baba Chimo and Koba could not speak even during the speaker's election. Baba Chimo did not support Bonadi Koba. No, Baba Chimo did not make I say too many where Baba Chimo on radio here dealing with Kofa. Is that secret?
What that has to do with what's
Abu, sorry, Jerome, let me just say that quickly, right? I can tell you this. I know Austin Taylor, for instance, he represents my district, Barobo and Kehleboe district. I spoke with him about this. He's very wealthy. And he said to me, Mr. Nabwe, I did not take money if I knew that money was involved this. Because I said, Austin, I can't believe this was your motivation. He said, we didn't take any money. I didn't take any money. And he's one of those, he went very, very public. But I know you will react to that. But what Tomlin just laid out is correct. They will come into the hall and they will put a resolution up, and then Kofa will have to recuse himself. They take a vote. But if I were advising Speaker Kofa to shorten this thing, as Grace is already worrying about, which many people are, not to drag it. If the 43 can't seem to get a 49, I will encourage even my friends of the rule of law to give them the number so that they can vote a new speaker in place and move the country forward. Because he had already indicated that he was ready to transition. He's ready to move on. So
exactly, you have said that. You have said that. Too many will not validate my statement, but you have said that.
It shouldn't be the lack of number that will hold this thing on, and then they will go back and lock in deadlock. They got to go back. No, if they can't get a number, let him help them out. I think that will even elevate him more.
But what I heard, here's what I heard, right? Here's what I heard. People from the so-called rule of law, I'm putting in quotation, say they want to produce speaker. I've spoken to many of them. They want a speaker, the next speaker to come from more than. In fact, they want the entire stuff to go to startup code so they can have an election. They can have new speakers in election. And the other people when the majority of blacks said we already conducted an election. And Rachel Queen is our speaker.
Well,
Abu, you carry up back. We already moving forward. You carry up back.
Listen, this is how.
No, I mean, why people ask? I mean, what I heard.
Abu.
Yeah.
I'm in direct contact with Representative Matthew Joe, my representative, district number 3,
Garguah County.
Garguah County. Okay. He was my guest here, so I know him very well personally. They have
one of my men run there with Myean.
Good. Go there and run. But for now, let's talk about what's going on now.
One of my men want to run there with Myean, and I began a lawmaker.
We're talking about what's going on now. Yeah, what we are saying here is Fonati Kofa is ready to move on. What going to happen is the Supreme Court is going to make a ruling that will support the initial that both of these guys. One, as a minority, you are legit. You can hold. You don't have enough to hold a quorum, but you can meet and adjoin the quote unquote other black. Not because you have like the Supreme Chief Justice said, you can even have 1,000 members. It does not give you legitimacy. So what they need to do, go back. Mr. Kofa or Chairman Kofa, you are being accused of corruption. What he will do is, once that resolution is on the floor, he has to recuse himself, turn the gavel over to Thomas Falah. Thomas Falah go through the process. If he's found guilty, a new election is held. Then everybody put their hat in the ring now, and we have a new election. That is the format. And that's the way we should go as a civilized nation. And if Richard Kuhn wins, he wins. If somebody else wins, it wins. But Kofa is
no, I don't see that guy winning. Because even
but Mr. Gayman,
can you get to my chance that he speak?
Yeah, and mind you too, Mr. Gayman, they won't allow Thomas Falah to preside because he's part of it. So they will find somebody. They both shall come up with a unusual person to preside. I'm sure.
No, because if the Supreme Court said they should go by the status quo ante, you can't take Thomas Falah out of the equation because he's number 2. That's why the Constitution.
Yeah, but if we go back there, because for the fact that he also part of this group to the move. The only thing that may save him, I don't think he signed a resolution. That might save him because I didn't see signature on that resolution to remove the speaker.
But even if he signs, the Constitution says that whatever they did contrary to that is illegal. It doesn't exist.
So they cancel it.
Yeah, it's canceled. So they're going back.
It makes some sense. Yeah,
Thomas Falah has to preside over the proceeding, and new election will be held, and anybody can put their. I mean, I won't be surprised Kamara show up there. Even though he's not in the house, but he want to be speaker because he want to protect JMB. Go ahead, Mr. Kamara.
Yeah, but yeah, is it right? Too many. You see, that's the reason many times, I see the commenters, it got me laughing.
Don't look at the comment, man. Just
but listen, Mr. Gayman, no, I'm just trying to job the bit. I am an objective president. Too many knows me to be that president. I support whatever that has to do with, adding in accordance with what the law says, because it's one of the rule of law is one of the proponents against which we came to power. The president lamented that when the Supreme Court or opening or marching of court, that the rule of law should be of hell, because you and I know very well, right? All of what is happening at the legislature, the Supreme Court, having been, another branch of government, the legislature, another branch of government, the executive, another branch of government, have set out our numbers. The Supreme Court, people may say the Supreme Court are not being definitive, but the Supreme Court only advise or will just provide opinion to guide the legislature as to how to proceed. But for the Supreme Court to impose decision on them, I don't see it coming. They can only provide guidance. They can run out opinion.
The law supposed to be abide by.
Nobody imposes anything. They only tell you that this is the law.
The law supposed to be abide by. So
I just said to you, the Supreme Court will run on an opinion, but they won't post decision on the legislature. That's what I said.
Yeah, the Supreme Court never does that. That's not their job.
No, but how other people seeing it,
No, they can't. That's not how it works, and you know that.
They interpret the law of the country. The Constitution says everybody should abide by the law. So if the Supreme Court said this is where you're going to start, they have to do that because why? It's the law. That's what we're trying to say. We know you're
no, that's the law that's going in our country.
UP, but that's the law. They will have to go back and do
it. He said, what happened to UP?
You're reckless.
No, you don't do that, man.
No,
You
that's
get too
what.
hard. You can't say we're reckless. You
Yeah,
get
young
too
people
hard.
are. On that, there
But
will be no
no,
confusion right now in the house.
yeah, but Grace, you gotta get Abu credit today now. He
Yeah,
is
but
saying
yeah, CNC people, they give you a jetty. I've been a jetty on this.
no. He is saying if the Supreme Court rules, we should follow that, and that's how.
I said that even the vice president, who is the second man in charge of our governor, and Tomalin, when he had an interview, I think the guy in studio can play that part, right? The vice president said it, whatever the Supreme Court will rules as a government, we are under obligation to adhere to it because that's one of the main
the vice president said, "Why you sitting there?" He said, "The legislation can do anything. The agent."
He was speaking by experience because as a former representative.
But you telling us that what you're telling us is that when the Supreme Court interpret the law, they can choose not to abide by the law. So if they're against the law, it means that the government is reckless.
The vice president narrated the experience he had when he was representative. And too many questions regarding the current impact on the legislature. He said all of us are waiting the ruling on the court. Whatever the court says, we should follow it because we are governed by rule of law. And absolutely no country can progress if we can respect the rule of law. The vice president stated that. And Tomalin is on the show. He's one of the presidents where company by Peabody when they are going to, I don't know who's on the stage in the US.
Abu, everybody that wanted to go against you today, you just disarmed them. Abu is on the red course today. Abu have made it clear on the side of rule of law. That means not what happening in the house.
No, you're not putting war in my mouth. You're not going to put war in my mouth. And I just said to you, as an objective person.
Right.
As an objective person.
Right.
I will at all times not jeopardize or somebody make people to question my intelligence. Why is true? I am an unrepentant supporter of the Unity Party, but I won't do something that will have a proclivity to jeopardize my future tomorrow. Whatever that has to do with the rule of law as inscribed within our constitution must be followed. Like the vice president stated. That's what I said, Mr. Dina.
And I agree with you 100%. George, there you go.
Yes, so I mean, like just to end on this thing, we all are with the Supreme Court final render opinion, and I believe that they'll do the right thing. The war is watching, ECOWAS is watching, the African Union is watching, the United Nations, they're all watching what's going to happen. Because you heard in the statement, it's saying all these people are being involved now. So we expect they're going to do the right thing, and whatever decision they come up with, I believe whatever side that is they will favor or will go against, we have no option but to comply, because all the executive branch needs to do to act. Because if the ruling recognizes Kofa as speaker, that means Richard Kuhn will have to give they take the escort card for him, the security detail. He becomes a regular lawmaker as he is. As I found concerned, he's a regular lawmaker instead of purporting to be speaker. And they get back to Kofa, and Kofa will now call his session to order. And when they go there, if somebody raises the issue, say, well, we still got an issue to do it, the unfinished business about the issue, then they will bring on the floor. If not, he will continue to preside and carry on normal business. But wait to see what happens. I believe it will come out next week. I'm sure it will come out next week because they think that it's causing problem for the country. So they won't waste time on this thing. So my guess is that next week the thing will come to an end. Yes. Yep. But quickly, Abu.
Tomalin, it was nice being here. So I will take.
Yeah, Grace, drive safe. Take it easy now.
But when you go around, so you got face scan. You going out of state?
Take care, Grace.
Grace, go pick up your child. Go pick up your child and go home with your dog. You don't ought to stay. You ought to stay. You way out there in 4 years somewhere.
I met that Peabody yesterday, man.
So Abu,
no, very receptive.
Abu, I want to follow before I go on my next topic. Abu, so when the fast, when are you breaking the fast?
Hopefully Sunday, Chief.
Sunday, okay.
This Sunday.
Yeah. This Sunday. But I don't care, man. You gotta send Sergeant money. I'm doing Sergeant.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Abu, tomorrow we'll see what we can do tomorrow. Yeah.
All right.
Abu, I saw President Walker new Lexus 2025. He got it ready for fast breaking. That was a nice car.
Oh,
Mr. Gayman.
Yes.
Mr. Gayman.
Yes.
I am not an official spokesperson for the government. What I do know, and what a security detail entails, that these cars can be recommended by the security folks. And you know that?
I didn't say who recommended. I said I like the car. It's very nice.
But the man is the president. The man is the chief star of our country. So what you can do, be riding by this car.
I love it. It's a beautiful bulletproof car. Nice.
Lexus. Yeah, that's why the bulletproof car they approve here in the, I think the 2 car for here in the president, right?
Of course. And a Lexus.
Wow.
Thank you, Chief. And that's the reason why you see you, Tomalin, even that of people, even though I can get on my nerves sometimes, but all the people, even Mr. Nambe, all of you, in respect of our stance on issue, we are very patriotic, and nobody on the show we want to see negative news in the public towards our country. As far as I know, why you should that you're not in country, but anything that has to do with anything that has to do with retrogression, you won't support it. Anything that has to do with negative news, you won't support it. And one of the things the president have said, our numbers, even in cabinet meetings, even our political gathering, people know that they are 7. People should know that they are 7. They are not masters. The fact that you were given the opportunity among millions of people to serve, you should seize that opportunity and serve at the best of their ability. But instead, people who will want to go the other way, you have no room. The president has said this, our numbers. Yeah. So I really want to appreciate all of you because your stance against the government, pushing the government to do the right thing. And I want to borrow from what the vice president said. When too many and other people are gone to interview him, the vice president was very emphatic that the closing argument, the spoon, when you see corruption, you see errors in the government, we are admonishing you to single out those who are committing crimes against the state and we'll take action. And glad that too many is on the platform to validate that. He said we'll take action. So the father will come on the show and all are going to be or are going to stagnate the conversation of the commenter. The commenter will be commenting, say, oh, you need a party president.
Don't read the comment,
no, I guess maybe I came out showing later now. The commenter will say, oh, you need a party force on the platform. You don't know because the father will come on the show and the father government officials. Do you know how difficult it is to get to government officials? Even with the privilege that too many has, as soon as he tells key government officials they reply in no time, many of our supporters don't have it. So the fact that they will respond, and it tells you the public are following us, that our government officials, the people that you count on to better their lives, listen to this show. Okay, so I don't want to stop and give my time to Mr. Nambe and Mr. Dina.
Yeah, I want to tell you 1 minute. Excuse me, Mr. Nambe. Abu, listen. If there are roads built in Liberia, it is built for everybody. Whether you are opposition, you won't say
exactly.
I won't drive on it. If the place is peaceful, like Dr. Peabody is all over the place. You are all over the place. It's good for us. So it is good. If anything positive happens, it benefits everybody. So nobody take glee in just doing something negative because we want to make the government look bad. But what we do, if it makes the government better, so be it, and that's what we want. Nobody wants anything negative for our country, to be very frank with you.
Now we're tell us when he comes in. You know when we met, when people are there myself met, we met some meeting after 11. And guess what? I was telling him, I said what other people I said the country not safe after 11 o'clock. He said you're going to Calabash. I said, "Well, going to and said that's what I wanted."
You and him met at Calabash. That's what you say.
No, we met at Era. We met at Era supermarket, relevant woman.
Don't twist it. You say you met at Calabash.
No, I did not say that. I said we met at Era at the time already after 11. So I was telling you, I said, you both are the country not safe. Yeah, I said nobody bothering you, and you are headed for another meeting. And when you hear that, I can't bad. I started laughing. You see, so man, see you,
We
man.
saw, we saw your picture, boy. You're looking pitiful. You're not even drinking soft drinks. Two, you're just sitting down
They
there.
were under the table.
You know, but here's my
No, they
theory.
start you on the other side. I did not want the people to put it inside and put it on the platform. Because the sergeant are going to say that Lagos, you see the mayor passing drinking Lagos.
But here's what on a
You already
serious
know someone the comment on the issue won't even rob. But go ahead, Mr. Nangwe.
on a serious note, I want you to please take a message, right? Somebody should tell Deputy Minister Sandal Johnson, right?
Daniel Sano.
Daniel Sano, I'm sorry, Daniel Sano. Look, we may not like the person, we may disagree with the president, but the presidency is the highest office next to God in our country. His lack of I don't want to say respect, it's even beyond respect. I don't think he understands the level at which the presidency is and the level at which he is as a deputy minister. He addressed the former president we are in a manner during the campaign for the UN seat. When the president, he seemed to be reluctant to help. He made some very unflattering remarks about President Weah. And now, today again in the press, he's making additional unflattering remarks. Someone should please tell him, man. There's politics, there's opposition politics. You understand? And then there's etiquette, courtesy. He's a diplomacy. He can disagree with the former president. I'm not a reaction. I'm not a sedition. But President Weah is a former president. He represents the presidency. Please tell him, man. Let him tune it down. He can, his utterances, the way he addresses the former president is unacceptable, and he needs to stop. I mean, ECOWAS is already mentioning the need for the former president and this president to work together. Utterances such as what he uttered today, they're bound to make it difficult. And we're all looking for peace to prevail in Liberia. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. All right, but too many misses on it before somebody comes in. Mr. Nangwe, all of us, in respect of ourselves, we should respect the seat of the presidency. The presidency is the highest seat in the republic. Daniel Sano served as the will and pleasure of the president. The president appointed him. The president nominated him. He got appointed. The president nominated him. He got confirmed by the Senate, and then the president appointed him, and then he got commissioned. So what Daniel Sano did, or what he keeps doing, in his mind, he's playing his role. So if the president who is the head of the government, believes that Sano did not act in conformity of whatever policy that govern the Ministry of Information, and the president has no authority for the removing. But as an exuberant supporter of the unity party, I won't do what he did to refer to the former president in a demeaning manner. But my statement is not an official statement for the government. What I can say to you is that the former president is a statement, like Manaseli, who have reported her. The former president is a statement. And you may not let him, we are not supporter of him, but he's a statement. The fact that he occupied the presidency, he's a statement. And everywhere he goes, people always according him because of the role he played during the last 6 years. So if anybody on the platform thinks that Daniel did not act like professional person, I believe that the office of the president should be notified that going forward you should not refer to the former president in that demeaning form. Because listen to him, I don't say mosquito brain. I won't do that. But he believes that he's doing a job. And whatever he did, that the president have people who even follow the show. The vice president usually follow the show. You might always tell him, oh, the vice president, nobody follow the show. And the vice president is one person who is very influential. He's been making sure that people were, appointed, execute the attack as it was, it was instructed them. So for me to come on issue and say, Daniel, like professional person, I won't do that because he's our minister.
Abu, some people are saying you are so rational today because you're fasting.
Oh, but you say I should not go to the comment also.
No. I'm saying that because what I'm saying here, I think earlier before we came on the show, Honorable Nambe and I had the same thing, and I said this, right?
Yeah.
As the CEO of a corporation, if somebody represents me and they go against the policy of my company, I will either suspend,
exactly,
I will either expel, fire, or come up with a statement or disclaimer.
Exactly.
If none of those things happen, then in politics we say silent means consent. Then he is a bulldog of the company that goes out just to attack people at the behest of my head. Because we all, no matter who you work for, even the minister of minister of information, he himself, if this did not represent him, he would come out and say, my deputy spoke irrationally and against the policy of our ministry. But he has not said anything on several occasions. So that means this is at the consent and behest of his boss, Mr. Tomalin George.
I can say that, but yeah, as a Jackson, you go to money comes in.
Let me
just 30 seconds. You go to money comes in. Just 30 seconds. As a Jackson, you need to be one of the closest to the Lakers to the Bronski. But when you are given the position at every day for president public affairs, I will bring a place. I will send it to money. Let me play on tomorrow.
Okay, let me play what I heard. Right, I'm just hearing it for the first time, but.
Civil servant. Reduce civil service salary in the name of harmonization. Every day the former president has a member's strength that can be compared to that of a mosquito.
Wow.
So when I hesitate to keep reminding him, director of civil servant. Who reduce civil service salary in the name of harmonization. Every day the former president has a member's strength that can be compared to that of a mosquito. So when I hesitate to keep reminding him,
I just hearing. I mean, I've been hearing this thing on this video for the whole day, but I know the Minister of Information is present in the States. And Ghana is the acting information, and I think, like you somebody said rightly, the institution of the presidency must be respected. Okay, but I think he by right, somebody in the government need to tell him, and I expect the likes of Yumli, Senator Kanga Lawrence, because she's very close to her, and she knows the former president well, and tell him the way in which he refers to the former president in a demeaning manner is unacceptable, because regardless of the political differences, President Weah is a former president of Liberia. He's a statesman, and if you notice, all the international stakeholders when they arrive in Liberia, they always meet him. ECOWAS, European Union, the United Nations, all go and meet with him. So, and you can never tell. In life, you gotta be very careful. Tomorrow, we are going to be President. We are going to be re-elected president. Okay, and this thing will be if you are nominated for some position to serve your country. This thing come about, people will start to talk to bring it about, and then you start regretting why you said it. But I believe that somebody in the Unity Party government should be able to tell Minister Sano that he cannot be disrespecting the former president.
Mr. George, you got a call. You got a call. Go ahead, sir. Your name? Where you calling from?
Good evening. Good evening to my dear brother. This is Abraham Conant calling from New Jersey. Listen, guys, this is an embarrassment for this nation. I don't know what the politics of Liberia have degenerated into. But people have refused for history to guide them. this very position that this young lad is holding right now, and he's insulting a state man. This man was a state man even before he became president, a reputable Liberian for that matter. For you to take the podium of the Ministry of Information and start to denigrate and insult him, calling him mosquito brains, is appalling. This very position was occupied by the current LBS director, and he was reprimanded by the very man you call a mosquito brain for insulting Senator Snow. He was reprimanded. Eugene Fargon went to jail under President Williams' watch as a deputy minister for this very position because he insulted a senator. He got suspended. Eugene Fargon got suspended for the same behavior because of denigrating other low-level elected officials in Liberia. For you to have an active minister of information insulting former president, calling him a mosquito brain, trust me, is beneath the politics of our politics today. That's the reason why Liberia have degenerated into this kind of situation. You know, of recent, Fatiga can't go to France for opposition because of this kind of statements. He said that something years back and today has come back to haunt him. I don't understand why people don't allow history to guide them. It's a known fact, Jerome. But again, let me not take all of your time, man. I just desire to have this people here. You can address the issues, address the policy of the individual. But to use the mean words to start to insult people's personality, I think is beneath the politics. It's beneath the dignity of our civil discourse. Abu, I listen to you, young brother. I mean, you are very objective on what you stated today. I don't care who it is. Even if anybody personally insult President Blanca, I would differ with you despite the fact of the politics. You don't do that. But again, thanks for the time up there, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yes, I mean, so again, indeed, it's just beneath the dignity of his office to do it, and I expect someone in the government to be able to come and say something about it. You know, you cannot disrespect this man. You cannot do that. You have differences with him. There are a lot of ways you can criticize or counter or comments from the former president or official, but to refer to him in a demeaning manner is just unacceptable. You know. But I just pray and hope that somebody will tell him something, and I will watch to see what happens, and whether anybody from the government will try to say something about it. But this is unacceptable. There's no excuse about that. You cannot insult the former president in that manner. You cannot insult. You can't do that to him. But again, Liberia will live in. With a few minutes we got, you know, there's a picture. I'm sorry, my guy's not here, man. I'm sorry, my guys. They're off the air right now. But
I got a picture. You too many guys.
Picture. The vice president is in France, so he managed to have met the French President Macron, and then there's a picture that says, in the picture I'm looking at, it said that, I mean, during the discussion, they asked, the French President Macron asked him, "Oh, who are you?" And then he said, then President Macron, he said from Liberia, so, "Oh, my friend George, we are."
Oh, the French president actually said that.
That picture here, that Macron and Kuya.
But the former president from Macron, that one not you.
Yeah, but guess what now? When we were playing soccer in France at the time, I think Macron was mayor of Monaco, and he used to go watch this guy and watch him play, you know, and you know, so just to show you the person he is, you know. I mean, you can say what you want about George Weah, but no matter what ever happens.
But Tomalin,
George Weah remains a global icon.
Tomalin,
yeah.
Tomalin, 1 minute. Who said at the meeting that the president didn't know who he was? Who said that?
I know this is what people. I mean, I got to follow the read, but this is why I'm reading. Okay, I'm reading something here, and this is why I read. And
Man, I will pay reading from because
with
the
exchange.
protocol informed the president of France.
I come in,
That
man.
the vice president of Liberia is coming to visit you.
They said, okay, Emmanuel Macron, who are you? And he said, I'm Jeremiah Cohn, sir. Where are you from? I'm from Liberia. You mean my
Then I find that in charge, man.
you mean my good friend, former President George Weah's country? And he said the VP nodded and said, yes, I am the current vice president. Oh, then he said, that won't be enough party.
You might have put me on our own story out.
No, but on a serious note, right? It just shows you this man is this man, Macron. He's a watch your mayor of Monaco. He's so far to go see the man play football. Yes. And during his time in Monaco, he brought smiles to the city of Monaco. So and that's why you gotta give the man his flowers, give him flowers.
Yeah, but yeah, before I leave, right, money.
Yeah, but yeah, Jim.
If you put President Joseph Boakai and former President, we are on the ballot. 1,000 times of our former President Boakai. But listen, I come in. But I won't jump into calling him in a demeaning way the other would do. Yeah, it will be insensitive on the part. Come in now, to money. It will be insensitive on the part. To money, come in. It will be insensitive on my part to not acknowledge that the former president is said, man, if you prior to becoming president, he has already made his name. Ranging from his days in the local league, went to Cameroon, went to Europe, achieved all of what footballers are very yearning for. Today, you got it begin with a name from Real Madrid. I think Vanessa June. You got angry the other time when they gave the award to what the man wrote you from Ben City. People were saying all sort of things because he's a black man, right? People say, oh, in fact, like racism, the people exhibit there because he's a black man. What they really do is that going winning that award. So yeah, we have brought our country on the map. We must give him that, even though we may not like him. I'm not a fanatic. I'm not a fan. When it comes to governance, I will rather we are over President Boakai. No, they will do that. If you have an election to net, I will vote for President Boakai. I will not vote for we are about in terms of soccer.
Of course, you can't put yourself out of a job.
You have plenty of time to think about it. But the two things I
can't put myself out of job. What you got?
You can't vote yourself out of job. I mean, go ahead.
No, but no, I've supported President Boakai when you're vice president.
Let me ask you quickly. Is it true that somebody, Michael Tippison, resigned from the MPA?
No, I didn't fire anybody. I'm not an official president. I'm not an official president of MPA.
I got a letter here. I got a letter here.
Because now we are having that kind of question. I'm not official school president of the entity.
I
got a letter here. The man want his rice, his scratch car, and beans.
Yeah.
But the next thing I be saying in the first place. Because listen, if you have an institution, all the benefits the institution owe you prior to your resignation, you entitled to it.
That's why he just want to remind you.
So if he leaves the system and the institution pay, I come in when the institution paying it, it's going to be a retroactive payment. So the fact that you work with the institution for that time frame, and when they are paying no benefits, are retroactive. So as of according to him, as of the 30th of April, he will be party company with the institution. That's why he is now.
Abu, you got your rice and your beans?
No, I don't got no rest. I don't have rest.
But listen, on a serious note, Tomalin, as we're closing out, there are two things today I wanted to mention, and I think we can call them feathers in this government's act. One is I saw today one of the local dailies is reporting that, and I think this negotiation started in 2017, but starting I think May 30th or March 30th, the roaming charges, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Ghana, they will not be, struck off, and there will be no more roaming charges. I think that is good for trade. I don't know the traffic from Liberia to Sierra Leone and Gambia. I wish Ghana and Nigeria were included in that, but I think that's a good thing if it comes to fruition. Two, I also read on the Travel and World website. Somebody posted in another chat room, Dr. Ben Sika, my friend from another chat room, and thinking, but the Liberia is not introducing e-visa. We've been talking about this and how it will make in and out of Monrovia easier. I think they have not introduced that. The only thing is the countries that are exempt are almost the country we visited. You're talking about Germany, France, United Kingdom, United States, China, South Africa, so it's almost defeating the purpose. But however, I think it's a step in the right direction. We hope eventually they will expand it to the other countries. I just wanted to mention this too.
Okay. Well, I misspoke. When we are playing in France, it was not Macron. It was Nicolas Sarkozy. I forgot. He was the mayor at the time. Thank you, Branel Wicks. I misspoke. When we was playing for AS Monaco, the former French president Nicolas Sarkozy was the mayor of Monaco at the time. I misspoke. Yeah, let me correct it before they.
So several presidents, not just Macron, but several
presidents. Wrong way and said the man thought, okay, but D. Branel Wicks, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it's true that when we was playing, it was not Macron. Macron was young boy, became for we are so, but it was Nicolas Sarkozy. Sarkozy, yeah, he was the president of at the time. He was a mayor. But look, quickly, I got some. That ended with my election quickly. The last 15 minutes. Okay. We're looking at the. I'm sorry, the guys, the internet giving the guy. It was still on the radio, by the way, just the internet giving the guy problem. But I wanted to say something. About the last election in Nima County, right? Okay. Quickly, the last election in Nima County, the last election for senator was held before it was contested by Jeremiah Bankun from the MDR, Edith Gongloe from CPP, Garrison Dode Yellow from PUP, Tazi Wongbe from Independent, Said Adovas Dolo from the independent candidate, Thomas Guppy, MPC, and Doc Cooper from RA. Okay.
Yeah.
That election, the results that came from that election was now you see, well, close election.
Yeah.
The vice president received 37,899 votes. Madam Ware received.
What was the percentage?
Let me see.
They didn't give it.
They didn't give it to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
what was that number again? 39.
It was 2020 elections, right?
Yeah. How much Cohn got?
Cohn received received 37,899 votes.
Wow.
Madam Ware received 34,153. The third person in our race happened to be Garrison Dode Yellow. Garrison Yellow received now I just want you guys to look.
I'm looking at it. It's close.
Garrison received 15,607. That's the top three.
Mm-hmm.
Now it tells you that even though it was 2020, things have changed, but yet and still the dynamics are still there. Now, and you should take into consideration the Prince Johnson factor too. Peabody was alive, and the former vice president was running on his ticket, MDR ticket. So the election was very close. And the election brought about some issue about fraud. The man aware, I think they went to court for the election. But look at the difference, right? You got 37,899, 34,153, 15,607. Now, Garrison Yellow is in the race. Now, what I want you guys to take into consideration, he's from the Guar side, and Koga from the Guar side, Madam Webb from the Mano side. Now, you got more Guar candidates in the race as compared to Mano side. I just learned today that a group called themselves Friends of Tingba, one of the guys who's running, endorsed Madam Webb today. Okay, a group that supporting call themselves Friends of Tingba. He's running in his race too.
Yeah, Temwe.
thing by it, and they endorsed Myean today. So it tells you that you cannot overlook this election, because one you must take into consideration again, PYG is not alive. He had a part to play in this election, because he campaigned for the former vice president at the time when he went for senator, and Myean was running as independent on CPB ticket, CPB ticket. So whether the CPB as parties together, also together number or not, we don't know. But don't forget also too, at the time she and Ta Wombe was when he refused to get out of the race. Okay, so people believe that Mr. Wombe, people believe that okay, he got so Wombe got he got I think he got 5,000 votes, 5,000 plus votes. So people believe that Mr. Wombe not run as independent. At the time, the CPP, Mr. Cummings then told him, said, "Look, please just give her the chance, let her run and leave the race." But he refused to leave the race, and he ran. People believe that because of that, he caused Madam Ware this defeat. Imagine that how he not run the 5,000 votes, maybe it might end up going to her. Who knows, But more of that votes would have gone to her, and she would have been senator today. So I want you guys to just give me a perspective, take all these 2020 numbers, and look at the dynamics in place. Mr. Nangwe, what do you think will happen? Looking at what I just said.
I wish Cyrus were here too. I'm hearing what you're saying. We talked about this again last night. The whole fragmenting the votes. Especially from the upper Nimba, the Gil side, where Garrison and then Koga, and somebody else. But before we get to that, I saw something on another website today. There was a snap poll in conflict. I don't know if you guys saw that. They're reporting the polled 62 people, I believe.
Yeah, that the Spoon guys wrote and said that the pool is 2%.
Yeah,
and said that Koga did 27%.
Yes,
and Jelu had 20%.
20%.
And Myean has 0.
Now you won't
Yes.
even take that. Based on what you just said, the total number of folks that voted in that race was 77,659, right? That's the total.
There were more than that, but I just called the first top three.
Yeah, the top three. So what I'm saying that. So even if you add the 5,000 from this, so if the interest in this go over 100,000, right? The difference between the Mrs. Gongloe and Kun was 3,746. That's the difference. So one can surmise if Tai Wombe have not been in the race, most likely majority of his vote, maybe 70-75% of his vote will have gone to Edith. That will have put her over the top, because the numbers from Tai Wombe is so huge, and he comes from the same belt. So one can surmise that if these people have cast their ballot against Kun, they will have cast it. If Kun was not in the race, or what if Tai wasn't in the race, it would have gone to Edith. So what I'm saying here, without Prince Johnson being in the race, with all the holla that went on between the disrespect of Kun and the undermining of everything, and the actual playing of the tape from Prince Johnson himself, when they begin to play that tape that says that Kun basically was an embarrassment, he treated him badly, that when they went to discuss about a war crime court, he just cast him aside and said, "Here is 5,000, go and find you a lawyer," and basically push him out of his office. There you go. So I know somebody, Edith is a true veteran politician. She will play that tape to remind the Myeans that this is what Kun did to me, and this is what Kun did to this man when he was alive. He cannot claim now to be the successor or the godfather of Nimba. So all of these things will come into play. And if the CPP group, including Tai Wongwei and all, gather behind Mrs. Webb, I want to believe it will be a different story.
And I don't want to stretch it, but I think the vice president's statement did not come in a vacuum. I think he's sensing some of the things we're talking about. The whole concept of Edith and the mob, the mono vote and all of that. I think he sees the potential of Edith actually overcoming Representative Koga. Otherwise, I don't think he would have made the statement that he made. So yes, I think there's something to it. I think Edith must be building some momentum. I don't have that many eyes and ears on the ground, so I'm just going off what we're discussing here.
Yeah, in fact, I asked Samson on your way back from the Southeast. He was stopping him out. I want him to do a live poll too. Yeah, I mean, you're doing not only in one place. You're doing Ganta, Sanipole. That's some of the top cities there. That was just to get an eye opener of what's happening there. But I have someone in line who want to contribute. Go ahead. You're live.
Yes. Thank you, Tomalin. Good show, good discussion. Jerome and Mr. Nangwe. I don't know, because I'm a family person. I don't want to say anything more than this, because hey, and anything I say, because what else do you expect me to say? But I just want to provide some context to Nima politics, particularly when it comes to 2020. The reason why Taiwan will be in the election play a significant role in stabilizing.
Excuse me, your name, I don't know who you are.
Yeah, my name is Jerome Gilman.
Go ahead, Jerome Gilman from Nima.
So Edith and Taiwan will come from lower.
I think that's Kehleboe talking, Jerome.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Kehleboe. Everybody knows my voice. Jerome, the context is Taiwan Way and Edith come from Lower Nimba.
Absolutely.
Our district, the Yawon Mesno district and Tabata district used to be one district. They just separated them later on when Nimba was expanding, right? So in fact, we were all not Tabata. Tabata was the headquarters of Lower Nimba, right? So it was like the seat of government. So they used to have one senator for Lower Nimba situated in Tabata, and the other senator for Upper Nimba, Ganta or Sanukula, right? So consistently, the people in Lower Nimba have been yearning for a senator. So when Grupi was defeated in that election, they still believe that they don't have a senator for Lower Nimba. Even in fact, that is a consistent message we are getting in this election, right? So that's something to watch out for. That's something to watch out for. And I think it plays in the dynamics. Where you talking about in Kample today, Kample, yes, if you're running the country, you must go all over. Madam Ware has not reached Kample yet with a campaign message. She has largely concentrated, in the Lower Nima belt and little part of Sanukole. Next week, she's headed to Kample, and she'll go to Booyah or District 5, Koga territory. She's going to enter there. She's going to be in District 4, Garrison Yellow District, and she'll come that whole area beginning next week, Thursday. So I'm sure after her visit, Sport Network can go there and conduct interview. It will be a different thing. So that's basically what I can say to this much. But from the analytics we are looking at in the different war room, the different chat room we are in, we feel confident at this point that, the government by Kennedy is really worried with all that threats they have issued. For there are things Koga has gone out and said in some villages that, they shouldn't vote for Madam Way. because when you vote for her, it's a waste of votes. Because anytime she run as opposition to the government. In 2020, and Koga actually admitted in one village that Madam Well won 2020 election, but the government took it for her because she was running on CP on opposition ticket. And, you know, so now she's running also on opposition ticket. So when you vote for her, they will take it. Then the government will see those of you voting as, you know, not supporting the government. He actually said those things in villages, right? But he targeted immediately in the minor area. That is his message. That is not a good message. He's pushing the vice president under the boss in that message in those villages that the madam won, but they took it from because she's opposition. So now she's opposition. You don't expect anything different. So you should not waste your vote. That is what Koga is saying. I mean, what an interesting campaign. What an interesting propaganda. So he's doing two things. That, you people have always been cheated, and the vice president was part of that. That's Koga's message. And I would like for Vice President Kun to listen to that.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Well,
as I'm told, so look, the election will be interesting. Julius J. OKF, I'm told that he did some impartial, some across Ganta, and the survey found out that there's a two-horse race between Koga and Madam Ware. So we'll see what happens. But I can say that a lot of, because Ty one way now is, I think he has already endorsed Madam Ware already. I think he's supporting her. So now, and don't forget, he controls, or he's a representative from another district. So with that in mind, and I think for me, I would say again, I think the cards are in her favor. I think it's in her favor. And if I were betting, I would say that I think she's poised to take this seat. The former superintendent of the county, and so household name in the county, her family, and so forth. She ran before. Among all the candidates that ran against the late president, Senator Johnson, she's the only one who came very close to him for a distance. But she really, about one point, he was compelled to go and campaign because he used to relax. But at one point, she made him go campaign because he found out she was up to his neck. So I see this election being a very, very a shocking election. People will, and that in fact, the thing is that Unity Party people, Koga is not running on Unity Party ticket, and so yeah, some of them will go and support, but the party now, I don't see the party whole weight behind. I have not seen it yet. And then two, the CDC, the former ruling party, and the major opposition party. I learned they are supporting both Yellow and Madam Ware. So we'll see what happens. Whether they will send the men's on the militants on the ground. We'll know what happens in the next couple of weeks. But let's watch Lima election closely, and I know there'll be a lot of surprises. But guys,
I'm a little surprised. Sorry, Thomas.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say I'm sorry, Kehleboe dropped the line, but I'm a little surprised that I know the by-election was announced not too long ago, but that up to this time, Edith has not covered out of Nimba, and I was actually surprised by that, because there's not much time left for the elections to happen. And so I was going to ask him what his strategy is. Are they, are some areas considered, like blue and red state, where they think, you already got it. You don't need to go there, or maybe it's not worth going there because even if you did, you will not win much there. Because he seems to substantiate what the polling said, because he's saying, yeah, they haven't gone to conflict.
Yeah,
she still got time. 26 days remaining.
Yeah,
and then I think too, all the things require resources too.
That's
and
true.
Right now, like Koga don't have to look for resources. He's been a man's a sitting representative.
That regime representative.
But Tomalin, Nambe, if this woman have not campaigned, and based on Julia J's assessment, right, her poll, she have not campaigned, and it's a two-horse race already, right?
Right.
So here we are. Kehleboe is a statistician. They look at numbers. They look at trends. She is solidifying her base. South, she wants to make sure that her base in the South is settled and solid. Then she start going to enemy territory. But if she have not campaigned and it's a two-horse race, just imagine what's going to happen when she gets into full gear. So yes, I want to believe, because Julius Jeff assessment would be a neutral one, right? It is not biased in any way because, for instance, there is no way that a credible survey by Spoon, I wouldn't have even put that on the air to say a major candidate has 0 vote.
Yeah, 0.
That tells you that your sampling is skewed. Okay, because that's what we look at. You want to look at representative sampling. Usually, when we're doing social statistics, we say we do every other person, or every 5th person, or every 4th person. You don't just go to 3 people and say, you know, who you voted for. No. So it might have been skewed. If I were the head of that, I would tell him, go and redo it, or go somewhere else and do another 66. If you have that 66 and this 66, we combine the 2 and divide it into 2, and then we'll come up with a mean. That's the middle ground. That will give you an idea as to where we are. But I wouldn't have gone on the air and say a candidate didn't even vote for herself, or nobody in that area. I mean, it's unprofessional. So if this woman have not campaigned out of Nimba, and it's a 2-horse race, because from what we understand, from what I saw, Koga have been campaigning from the day Prince Johnson died. He has been going, he got pickup truck with his pictures on it, everywhere else, threatening people. And his own argument that women should not be anything. I mean, those are things that I know Kehleboe Gongloe are going to capitalize on to play, because this is in his own voice, saying that women should not be part of this, and all of that. When men are outside, can we be kind? And the people his supporters said no. So all of these things. But from what I'm seeing, you are right, Mr. George. Nimba is going to be very interesting.
Yeah. We are pushing for a debate. For them to have a debate, we are pushing. Hopefully, if whoever agree, we are available to facilitate the debate. We are pushing for a debate with the candidates and those who agree. If you don't agree, no problem. But what will happen? What happen is that if I say that if I say I can debate, and then you come on the stage and you start throwing a tag at me, by the time and the good thing about this program is while listen to Nimba, the 2 FM tower is I have a big tower. It's while listen all of in Nimba listen to it very clear too. So you would love to come and I mean you won't believe it. A lot of the big stations you're thinking around there's things stop at Man Barkley. I can tell you because when I was in Nimba, I monitor 2 FM in Nimba, and it was clear, so that I know that why they listen in Nimba, you know. And so we're trying to push the debate and see whether we'll get it. Hopefully we'll get it. We're looking at it seriously, but it'll be a tough election, and we just gotta see what happens. At the same time, our eyes are on the Supreme Court. Our eyes in Nimba. We'll keep it on, and then also to 2029. People already have started 2029. We'll see what will happen.
And specifically 2029, that's what makes this by-election a bellwether, because I think it will begin to lay the roadmap towards 2029, especially the absence of the senator. Right now I think everyone is trying to see who's going to be the next kingmaker in Nimba.
But like I said, Mr. Dangwe, people have been asking me. One day we'll have that. After the Nimba election, we'll have that stuff. What people want to find out why the progressive, they fought for democracy, multi-party democracy in our country. But then people believe that when the opportunity came to the interim government time, the progressive failed. So that's why they blame them that they had no business fighting Torgbean. But that's another debate. Not today, please. We shouldn't
That's right.
Because
yes,
we have a debate there. We want to bring people from the True Party group. We'll bring the progressive here. We'll have a debate.
Absolutely.
We'll get to find out what happened, because many people believe that you guys had a plan. You guys were very passionate, but you didn't plan to. If power comes in your hand, how are you going to do it? And that's why when Torgbean became interim president, he had a lot of PhD people. I think in the cabinet, he had about 10 or 15 cabinet members, all PhD people. And as a result, and imagine one of the PhD went to. I was look, the man, because Prince Johnson resign, Nagao went resign. Yeah. That was the worst thing to do. Prince Johnny said, so acting up, so resign. When you resign, so I said, not happy. I want vice president. Yeah, I will operate at that. I think so I begin. You know, how vice president, right? When that guy resigned, he had.
Did he have?
No,
I don't think so.
When they met first in Gambia,
yes,
the Lutheran Bishop Ronald Dix was named as vice president.
Right.
Yes.
So then when the
Bishop
and they had another round of peace talk, the Hakam Peter Nagao came on as the vice president from because he came from, I think he was for the IMPFL. Got PYJ nominated him, I think there. So he became interim vice president because Taylor wasn't part of it.
Yeah.
But then some problem happened, and Peter said IMPFL will boycott the government. And he an educated man sat down there and let PYJ control him.
Well, tell me, you gotta remember now. Those are the hate days of, Prince Johnson was unpredictable.
Ekuma was there. Ekuma was in the country. Ekuma protection.
Tomalin.
But he was for me. I have problem.
They killed Doe in the middle of Ekuma, man.
Nothing would have happened in that guy. Ekuma provided full security to Duko. They were there. They have interim security. Even then, another one happened too. Amos Sawyer announced that Bismarck Kuyan will go to when they were having the Council of State.
Mm-hmm.
He announced to the Council of State. The minute they announced it, man, he take job here. He said, we'll make sure we'll order the interim government to pay the maritime fund. So I said for you, he said, we'll be calling him. Then he said, it's not going to happen. I would not listen to you. I'm going to be the Council of State member. Then when I heard the word, when the man said the interim government position is clear, that you have been recalled and is irreversible. Oh, yeah. So wasting your time. You're not gonna be our representative. We'll take you in from there. You coming order us already?
Well, we heard he also had a personal thing with Nisufu Soglo. That one we're not talking ass. He was the chairman of ECOWAS then. I think Benny or Niger. I forget. I think Soglo was Benny. Yeah.
Yeah,
we understand there was something personal, but the debate you're talking about, we should have it. But I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. Yes, there were lapses, there were mistakes made, and the progressive, we say that among ourselves when we meet. The outside will see all of us as one entity, unitary, but we actually have a lot of infighting. I will tell you that.
Yeah, no.
Now, government, you're talking about Matthew were in our government, Kawa in our government, Wesley, a lot of the progressive from the UPP side. And then, of course, the LPP guys and other progressive, but there was a lot of disagreement. But that is one side. Then you got to look at the limitations of the interim government, and the interim government was virtually Monrovia. Taylor had the rest of the country under his, But when you said that debate, others will come.
Oh no, because I know there were times that the SB, I know that the Moja group had problem with the power group.
Yes.
Yeah, and you see the tension. Tipote and Famule were on one side.
Yeah.
You had Gabriel Vargas Matthews. You had Oscar Kuya. You had the other progressive.
Absolutely.
On the other side.
Yes.
And they just couldn't coexist, but people believe that.
And remember, Tomalin, it was a government of national unity. There were other representations in the government. I mean, the NDPO was in that government. There were a lot of other people in that government. So it was a pretty difficult. Yes, Amos Sawyer was the president, but he was the president of several dueling, personalities, factions.
Yeah, people look forward. We'll have that.
Absolutely.
This going to
some of the guys are still around. They will come. Anthony Cassidy was in that government. So
we got Deacon Carlos. Deacon Carlos still there.
Yes, Deacon is here. Ramo is here.
Ramo Nelson is still here.
Yeah.
Let the young people know what happened.
HB is still here. Dr. Tipote is still here.
I know. I always see St. Justin 40 on Facebook.
Yeah.
I would blame you all for the 1980 coup.
That's true. And that's what we're saying. Tomalin, I'm sorry I had to cut you. We think we need to get out there and explain ourselves. Now, I don't think everybody will agree with us, But I think what is happening is we're allowing everybody to explain us,
to tell our story,
except ourselves. We have to tell our story too, so that you look at the photo you circulated yesterday. How many people have ever seen that photo?
No, and besides
exactly.
That,
so
most
we got to get out there and begin. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Most people don't know the Rest Riot. The Rest
No.
Riot. People, Bagos never said he'll bring Rest with $9.
No, he never did.
What happened was, I think Florence Shanaway, they came out, your agriculture minister, they came out and said that they were going to, in fact, they said after 1980,
yes,
they will start, they will cut down the importation of foreign rice.
Yes.
But then I think the progressive claim was, look, you're doing this thing because you're having a farm so people and buy rice from the farmers. But I think, but again, I believe they're progressive because Amos Sawyer, I think in Rhode Island one time, he admitted that if they had known, they would have dialogue with Torgbean, because Torgbean was the one who was prepared to dialogue with the progressive.
Yeah.
Torgbean was
well, you know that's
was
some of the division in the progressive are telling you about. We know Moose and the LPP guys have said some things to kind of little diminish. You know, I understand what you're saying. I hate to cut you, but you're right on the rice thing. The importation, when you do the math, and when you come, we'll talk about it. When you do the math, President Torgbean at the time was the biggest rice farmer in the country. He stood to benefit more. I don't remember the numbers, but if he had carried out what he intended, they come up with, they didn't have enough money to ever sell rice. The people were always living on subsistence farming. They never had rice to sell. So the real people who were going to benefit from this subsidy were the big farmers who were the Torgbean family. You know, they stood to benefit. The 4% that were ruling the country at the time. And so what the people were advancing was, look, let's help the people. Help the people bring in machinery that one person cannot buy. But if you bend them in a cooperative, the government can give them the machinery so that the way they're farming, they can improve their method of farming, and that would then make the yield much more bountiful. It's not very nuanced, but you know, there are pieces that need to come together. You know, when you settle the bill, we'll bring those pieces on the table. But I'll appreciate if you can do that.
Joe, you started trouble, yo.
and lastly, people got to understand what happened, what caused the April 14 and thing.
Yeah.
Because by the time Bagos could get to the guys then to tell them, say, y'all put out the stuff, they were already gone. So, but people will get the story one of these days.
Yes.
We have history. We know who were around, who were young, who were kids at that time, but we'll talk about the April 14. We'll talk about we got to talk about these things. People got to we can't put on the table. We'll talk about these things. Let people know they know what happened. Well,
the role that Abo played in the mediation that is minimized. Even my Abo was mediating between the PPAL guys and the executive mansion. And President Torgbean himself was beleaguered. You know, President Torgbean was not the favorite to succeed Totman. So he had his own TWE guy against him, and then he was contending with the progressive. So he was in the middle.
That's
true. So he himself, you're trying to balance this thing out.
That's true.
You know what happened? It was unfortunate.
Most of the TWP people, the TWP guys, they were against Torgbean. They were all talking to the progressive.
Of course.
Yeah, they were all talking to the progressive. And how come they were so mad with Torgbean? They were like, Torgbean, that one I was told by, I was young. I was baby. I don't know where I was born. That one I was told by historians that when Torgbean went to London for his medical visit, and when he died, when he left J. Rudolph Grant in charge, right? J. Rudolph Grant was in charge, Secretary of State, in charge, acting chairman of the cabinet. And then when he went, they told Torgbean, said, on a farm. He said, if I can't go, the man now. How can they Torgbean would have a suit? And he ran quick because for him to inaugurate him quick as president, because they wanted to take it from him.
Yeah.
He
was not a favorite. You're right.
Yes.
He was not. Yes.
I mean, they had a constitutional crisis there. Other folks they didn't want him, were saying, how do you jive this with the Constitution?
Yeah.
But then when you listen to Deacon Collin, when they apply, he and Oscar Queer, when they apply for the permit, right, to use the pavilion for the meeting, you should hear that. You should hear that conversation.
Yes.
You should hear that conversation. I won't call the name, but they say
no, don't please.
They're right. This person walking and say, about Willie. Then he asked this guy, said, "What's your name?" The guy said, "Oscar Queer." He said, "What?
What?
Is it You want to use our belly? Our belly?
No problem. So now I beg you. I mean, let's do a show. Maybe let's say April 14. Maybe I don't know. Let's do a show.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Let's
That would be nice.
14. I beg you.
Right.
Let me look at the date.
Try to get some of your progressive guys together and
absolutely
let's have a show for that day. Yeah, April 14. Because the first time we experienced what they call protests. Yeah. And that I think that the president contested Guinean troops, right?
He did.
Yeah.
It would be on a Monday, so that's good.
So that's I beg you. You're trying to get some progressive other people from the other side.
We'll put it where out.
Thank you so much.
Okay, guys.
Thanks a lot, man. Nice show.
No problem.
Okay. Tomorrow, hopefully, if all goes well, we may have a special guest because he wrote a piece and maybe we can talk about it. Attorney Isaac Jackson.
Okay, Councilor Isaac Jackson.
Yeah,
it's going to be bombastic.
You'll be tomorrow. So
what time is tomorrow's show? What time does
it start? Same
time. Tomorrow the work being and people can be running by beg. The show come, you can start. I'll be happy you can start the show. You did a good today.
No problem. No problem.
I appreciate you guys a whole lot. Thank you so much.
No problem. Okay, guys.
All right, guys.
Now,
all right.
call me behind the scene.
Okay.